welcome in. Hope we're all doing well this weekend. It is weirdly cold actually. Usually this room is quite warm, but it's very drafty today. I don't know why. But I don't like turning up the heater really high in this room because for some reason, um, my new place has like forced air heating, right? So like it has like vents and then like warm air comes out of the vents. But for some reason, this room like really aggressively um puts the warm air out. So it's like very strong. I don't usually like to be in here when the fans are blasting. So the music is a bit high. I thought it was a little loud. Okay, let me know. Let me know if it's still too loud. But yeah, it's this room. This room gets a little. This room gets a little dry. Like if you just like let the air just like blast in here, it gets very dry. I don't really. Even though when even though when like I turn down the fan speed, I don't know. Um, and welcome in, Jenna. What degree you got to take to become an expert yapper? A PhD in yapping, unfortunately. It's a long process. You got to be a lifelong yapper. Yeah, welcome in. Unless you want a dancing singing stream, I'm not prepared for that today. Maybe I mean honestly though, like this room, I don't think I can. Um, unless yeah, there's not a lot of space in this room. I don't think maybe just dance streams are not in my future. Unless I just like move a lot of stuff around. Maybe if I move the piano. If I move the piano, perhaps there'd be room for a Just Dance stream, but you guys know my feelings on Just Dance. Ubisoft. Ubisoft ruined Just Dance, and so now I don't really want to. I don't really want to pay money. I don't really want to pay money to buy Just Dance because every year they make it worse, and they're very greedy with the subscription service. And welcome in, Chikano. Your music is what? It's still loud. It's the same as it's always been. I'll turn it down even more. Okay, maybe it's just that song. That song is just very loud. Maybe I'll remove it from the playlist. What happens with Just Dance? Welcome in, Law. Nothing really happened. Oh, I can't remove it because I'm not on the right YouTube profile. Um, what happened with Just Dance is I can't remember what year it was. I think it's from 2022 to 2023 versions of Just Dance. They release a new one every year. But then they like switched engines. They're like, oh, we made a whole new engine so that the game will be better. But the the game was in fact not better. Um, I would stream it and we could stream for maybe like 30 to 60 minutes and then the game would crash. Like every hour or so, the game has to crash. Like it just has to like reset itself or something. Um, and the menus would break all the time, even when it wasn't crashing. Um, Not only that, the game was like just worse. They removed playlists. It's a music game. They removed playlists from the music game. Also, I'll come in a stat. Um, they removed the playlist, and then they also, because they made a new engine, they're like, oh, we have a new subscription service. So if you already had paid for the old one, like an annual plan, you had to buy the new one as well. Like on top, it doesn't carry over. Like it's not, they don't just give you the new one since you paid for the old one. You have to buy it again, and it's the same price as the old one, which was before it was a pretty reasonable price because like, um, the subscription service had like hundreds of songs, like at least 300, if not like 400, 500 songs. And then when they released a new streaming service, they're like, oh, well, we couldn't move everything over to the new engine. So there's like 10 songs. And it's like, bro, why would I pay for like, I used to get like 300 plus songs on the streaming service. And now you want me to pay the same price on on a worse game like platform, and then also there's like a fraction of the content. So yeah, I was really annoyed at that. They're like, oh yeah, we'll add them all back, don't worry. And I'm like, at this rate, like if you're adding like if you're adding like what 10 songs every few months, it's gonna take like years. I would be paying for this subscription for years before it's like back up to what it was before. Um, I think they were just like they had all these ideas, but they didn't have enough time because of the yearly release schedule. So I was just really annoyed by it. So I didn't buy another game after that one. I do really love Just Dance. And I think it's a fun game in concept, but like I can't believe they made it like that. And it was really so bad. It would just crash. Um I'd be like, "Oh guys, it's been 30 minutes. I better restart the game so it doesn't just die on me." And cuz like it would die in the middle of a song too. Very annoying, very annoying. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't think Ubisoft gets any better. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it. Maybe if it's like super on sale. Even then, like I never bought Just Dance at full price. I think it's like $50 at full price, but it goes on sale like 2 weeks after it comes out. So like they must they must know the value of it, you know? Yeah. Hope everyone is having a good weekend. That's enough of my Just Dance rant. Um, I yesterday I went to my mom's house as I normally do. Um, it's a comfy looking sweater. Thank you. My aunt made it. Um, yeah, I was coming home from my mom's house last night, and I got to okay. I was having issues with my garage remote. It was a bit flaky, so I was like, "Oh, I just gotta change the battery." I changed the battery last week in for my garage remote, to like the parkade in my building, and then so I literally just changed the battery last week. It was a fresh battery straight out of the package. I come home last night and it doesn't work. Um, like I can see it. The light is not turning on, so it's like dead. But I'm like, it can't be dead because I just changed the battery. Um, so I was like, oh, what do I do? Like, I guess I have to park on the street. Like, I really don't want to be like not parking here. Luckily, someone came up behind me and they like opened the door, so I just snuck in. But then there's two gates. Like a lot of buildings here, they have two gates, like one for the visitor and one for the residents. And then I was trying to like I tried for so long to try to open the second gate, but I was like, this remote is not is not on. Like the light is not turning on. It's not doing anything. Um, so I just like was like waiting there and I was like sitting in the EV parking. I was sitting in the EV parking. I'm like, "Oh, what do I do? I guess I have to leave." And then this girl pulled up beside me in like a really fancy Tesla. And then she got out of her car and I was like, I'm just gonna ask her to open the door for me." So then I got out of my car and I was like, "Oh, can you my remote isn't working. Like, can you please open the door for me?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, no problem." And then so she let me in. So I was like, "Oh, thank God." So I did end up being able to park my car um not on the street. So I mean, it's not like the worst to park on the street, but I had to go get it and then it's like a whole thing. But maybe I'll just replace the remote. But like buildings, a lot of buildings, they'll charge like so much to replace the garage remote. I don't know how much a garage remote costs, but they charge like I don't know how much, like probably $100 at least, $150. Um, and I'm like, that's kind of rude, you know, like um, I don't know, I don't know if my landlord will pay for me. Cause like, it's a kind of their fault for giving me a broken garage remote. Like, if it was like on the brink of, I guess they never checked it. They probably never parked in the, like, like the property manager, like probably never parked in the underground. You're waiting for a Just Sleep game. Isn't there a game called like I'm Only Sleeping, and then people use that, when they're doing subathons to, when they're sleeping? Your visit, like they're very strict. Like, they know which like, my car is registered as a resident car, so if I park in the visitor or try to give myself a parking pass, it won't work. They will they will ticket me. I've seen tickets on cars here, so I'm like, "I know they ticket." Doesn't it worry you how easily you're able to break into your apartment garage so easily? Yeah, I was, like, on, like, my, stealth mission. I got into the first gate because like, someone behind me was, like, using the enter phone, and, like, I guess someone let them in, and they were a visitor, and then I was just like I just asked nicely to get let but to be fair, I was, like I'm sure, like, I was, like, a trustworthy seeming person, and I showed her the key. Like, I was like, "Oh, like, I have my key, but it's not working." And we had this, like she could I mean, I don't know how close she didn't seem to look that closely, so maybe she's just, like, really lax about security, but I'm not complaining. But I did have the same key as her, so And if you just break into the garage, you can't necessarily get into the building. You still need to get through the door, which I'm sure someone could let you in. But then once you get into the door, you can only go to the lobby. So it's like, so you have to like, there's like a whole string of steps, right? Like you need someone to let you into the garage, and then you need someone to let you in through the door, um, and then and then you need someone to scan and select the floor that you want to go to, which is unlikely. Um, there's no crime in Vancouver. Oh, there's break-ins all the time in like garages. That's why they're so strict about it. They're like, "Oh, you have to close the garage behind you. Like make sure you watch it close." Because people do like people do break into parking garages, and they break into store not storage lockers, bike lockers. People love stealing bikes here, man. Does your software engineering background help breaking into places? I maybe I'm like those. There is actually people like this, right? Like the hackers, like the white hat hackers or the security people. Um, a lot of you might be surprised, like a lot of the security people, like the people who are hired to test a company's security, like say Microsoft hires someone to test its security, a lot of it is like social engineering security. So they'll be like, oh, like does a Microsoft employee let me into the building? Can I walk around Microsoft and like pick up laptops? A lot of it is like that. So like I think that's usually the weak point rather than just like someone hacking in on a computer like that. Did you wave and say sorry to the person behind you who opened the garage? No, I didn't see them, but I thanked the Tesla girl many times. She had a really fancy Tesla. She was like my age, and she had like a one of the normal Teslas, but like on the inside it was like white because she reached in to like get her remote, and like it was like white on the inside with like a purple LED. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Must be very rich. And welcome in Yume and welcome in Maestro. How was Pilates yesterday? It was good. We did a lot of like workouts, and I'm always very humbled by my Pilates instructor. Um, because she will like demonstrate the workout for me. Like she was demonstrating this like leg workout for me, and then she was like, "This is too heavy for you." And then she like half the way. I'm like, and then I got on and I went to do the workout, and it was so heavy. I was like, "What the hell? How did she do that?" And welcome in Wei Jun. Hope you're doing well today. You basically social engineered your way. I was just um I have my girl privileges and looking not sketchy, and I just was like, "Please let me in. I'm so sorry." Did you do the machine? Yeah, yeah. We always use the machine. Actually, sometimes we just do mat workouts, but usually we use the machine. Like even if a waiter brings you food, I'm like sorry. No, I don't think you say sorry to the waiter for bringing you food. But you might say sorry for like asking for something. You might be like, "Oh, sorry, can I have a glass of water?" If you're like extra polite. Do you raise your timbre when talking to strangers? Yeah. Doesn't everyone? Or do guys do this? If you're a man, do you raise your voice when you're talking on the phone? Like, do you have like a customer service voice? If you're calling like the dentist, are you like, "Hey, can I schedule an appointment?" Or are you like, "Oh, hi, like, can I have a dentist appointment? Can I change my appointment?" um, you're just formal. Yeah, I guess I just have like a customer service voice that I do whip out sometimes, even though I don't work in customer service. If I'm in like I guess it's like a formal a formal situation. I don't know. Um, I think yeah, if I'm talking to strangers, I definitely have a different tone of voice. Zelda turned 40 yesterday and we didn't even celebrate. Damn. How old is Link? I think Link is in Tears of Kingdom. I think he's like probably like 19, 19, 20. Because oh no. He's probably like 18, right? Because wait, what? How old was Zelda trying to turn? 16 or 18? Because she was like, "Oh, on my 16th birthday, I gotta do the thing." But I can't remember. It was a 16 or 18. He's always around 17. Tears of Kingdom, he might be 19. Yeah, I'm thinking he's a couple years older. You find it so funny when Kimmy changes her tone on the street? I'm like, what was that? It's even worse in Japanese. Oh my god, in Japan, you will raise your voice like 16 octaves, like like you will like just when you're talking to your when you're talking casually versus like um the tone the code switch in like a formal language because English is not a formal language. The tone switch in like Japanese, for example, is crazy. You like immediately become like very like I think that's why like a lot of people have the stereotype that like Japanese people are like very demure, you know what I mean? Um and but it's just cuz like in polite situations they are like that. Like it's like you're very very like oh like I'm so sorry, like sorry to trouble you, that kind of thing. So like the switch between like casual casual conversation and that is like very drastic sometimes. Depending on the person. And welcome in Ghost. Welcome into me. Thank you. Wind Waker, he's young. He kind of, I mean, he looks young. He looks like a baby. So I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a Zelda lore enthusiast. And him and Zelda live together after Breath of the Wild. Yeah, that is so cute. Um, I was watching a video about. I was watching a video about like what characters you've probably seen this that what characters remember Link in Breath of the Wild from Breath of the Wild into the Kingdom. It's very interesting. Apparently, only about like 17% of the returning NPCs remember Link. Or maybe like 12 to 17%, something like that. Um, and like about 45% of them don't remember him. Even like a lot of them are just like people like in the town and stuff like that. Um, so it's not like a big it's not like a big deal, I guess, that they might not know Link personally. Um, but what am I trying to say? But one person, one person from the video that I really thought would remember him is remember the guy in Breath of the Wild who does the paintings, and like he gives you hints where the memories are. That guy has no idea who Link is, and everyone, and then I feel like that person maybe should remember Link, but maybe like the guy in the video was saying like I guess Link is not really like a memorable guy. Like if you just met him without knowing he's like the hero of Hyrule, he's just like a really very very quiet boy, you know? Like maybe people just don't remember him, but we met that guy quite often, like canonically, like he was showing us all the paintings, so I don't know. Maybe he shows a lot of people's paintings. Toon Link is definitely a kid. He lives with his granny. I don't remember. Are we gonna miss out on Pokemon's 30th anniversary this Friday? Oh yeah, I was just watching a Wolfie video and he was talking about that. Apparently he's turning 30 and Pokemon's turning. I guess he's the same age as Pokemon. They're doing some sort of like event in New York. So I guess if you're in New York, you can check out this event, Pokemon 30th anniversary event. Um, I don't generally celebrate franchise birthdays. I don't feel strongly about this. Um, yeah, that's cool. Pokemon 30th anniversary. This Friday is Resident Evil 9. Oh, Resident Evil 9 is coming out this Friday. That's exciting. I'll have to. Are you gonna play it right away? Because I know probably Gwen will play it. Well, it's just gonna wait to see what she thinks. Because if it's really boring, then I don't want to play it. Leaf Green and Fire Red is coming to Switch. Yeah, I heard. And then people in my Discord were complaining about the price. Cause like I was like, oh, $20, it's not bad. But I guess like $20 each version. Like I don't know. Why would they charge $20? Like why wouldn't they just give both at this point? I don't know. I guess because people will pay for it. You're getting it Thursday night. Okay, let me know what you think. On Switch, it's on Switch too? That's crazy. Aren't you building a PC? But I guess it won't be ready. It won't be ready by Friday. You two happen to share a birthday with Pokemon. Oh, so you share a birthday with Pokemon. I mean, I don't know if his birthday is like exactly on the Pokemon birthday, but you know, you're the same age as both Pokemon and a great Pokemon player. I was just watching the video about how there's no bug type legendary. And you know my hate for bug types? Very justified. They're weak. What can I say? You don't want it on mid station 5 because I plan to get rid of that paperweight once my PC is done. Yeah, mine is a bit of a paperweight as well. I won't lie. It's a bit of a paperweight. Also, I was watching a video about GTA, and apparently it's delayed again because I was under the impression that it comes out um around my brother's birthday this year in May, but apparently it's not coming out till like November because my brother has advance reserved. Oh, it got really bright all of a sudden. My brother has advance reserved my GTA, my PC, my PS5, when GTA comes out, which I don't know what that is. I think he needs to keep updating me when that is, because I have no idea. Okay, that console prices are going up in price instead of down over its lifespan. Yeah, that is crazy. I think did PS5 have a price hike? Because I know Xbox had a price hike across the board. I'm not sure if PS5 did. But yeah, back in the day, I mean, okay, it makes sense that like a older technology would become cheaper over time, except for maybe Nintendo because they just don't do that. But yeah, you would think that consoles would go down in price, but I guess not. I guess not. That is really crazy. I think it's ridiculous too. The Switch 2 is expecting a price. Wait, Switch 2 is already so expensive. That's rough. The price hike is because of the RAM short. That could be, but the Xbox price hike was like a year ago. Was it not? But I guess there's a lot of like there's a lot of shortages in general over the last few years. Yeah, yeah. Well, I remember when I was like buying my car back in 2021, um there was like a computer chip shortage, and like that's why the used car markets were like really messed up. I think they're like a little, I think they're generally better now, but they were really bad. People were waiting for like, I think my cousin and his husband, they waited like 18 months to get like a RAV4. They were like on the wait list for so long to get a RAV4. And welcome in, Pepe. I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, it's gaming is expensive these days. I mean, I still don't see a need for the Switch 2 right now. Maybe one day. I don't use my Switch 1 these days, so I'm not sure. You didn't good. That's good to hear. I'm pretty happy that I built my PC before the RAM increased in price, and I've just been playing. I was telling my brother last night. I was like, I've just been playing TFT, and he's like, isn't that like a mobile game? I was like, yes, I've been playing so much TFT on the PC. Um, so maybe I do need to finally. I know I've been talking about like, yeah, I will buy a game that will like utilize my $3,000 PC, like, and not just play mobile games. Because I just play Genshin and TFT, and that's probably not great. Um, but yeah, maybe I need to. I'll actually get a game that you know. I'll game this week. And welcome in, Angel. You just want to pass the Switch 2 to come out. I would love that. But I still wouldn't buy it because I don't think I have anything to play on it. How does it feel that Canada lost to US in hockey today? I heard it was, I didn't wake up at 5 a.m. to watch it, but I heard it was a good game. Um, and I went to overtime. So that's pretty good. Not a bad. I mean, I'm not that like, I'm not sports fan enough to be like upset at a loss. I think it's pretty good. Like it was pretty evenly matched. It went to overtime. That's pretty cool. US has a lot of strong players. I mean, but Canada and US are always the top dogs. Although I know like Sweden and Finland also quite good. That's why they have like the four nations. I think it's Sweden. I know it's Sweden. I'm like 70% sure about Finland. What's the program you use for the overlay? And I mentioned it before. Oh, Canva. Canva. Type it out again. You're raging a bit last night and typing individual letters. Typing individual letters with your fight stick. You were chatting. You were chatting on Street Fighter. What were you saying? How many letters were you typing? Was it 4 letters? And thanks for the 10 stream streak, you man. I appreciate it. Um, I I was watching a Necrit video. For a moment, I thought Mija just popped in. Yeah, I'm here now, guys. um, yeah, what was I saying? This morning I was watching a Necrit video, and he said voice chat is coming to League of Legends. It's on PBE right now, which is like the beta server. Which it sounds like the my personal hell. Like I don't play I don't play League of Legends. Like I just play TFT. And there's no need for a voice chat in League TFT. I don't think they would add that. Um, but yeah, I don't know anyone who's like, yes, I would love to play League of Legends and have my teammates speak to me over over their voice. Um, maybe in like the really high levels. I get it. Like I get it. Like pro League of Legends players do use like voice chat obviously because like it's like a very team based game. So maybe at the higher levels people would use it. Like in like Challenger, Grandmaster, maybe they'd use it. But um, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I will partake. I've never played a game where you have to voice chat with strangers. I'm way too scared. Chatting but had to use a PS5 keyboard. Had to choose one letter at a time. Fair enough. Just blaming someone who beat me and laughing at them for having over 2,000 hours in the game, even though your PC account is similar in hours. At least you're self-aware. You're very knowledgeable about the going-ons of League for someone who doesn't play. Yeah, I like to follow. I like to follow the news. Um, I do get interested in um like what kind of like meta. Sometimes they like really change stuff up season to season. Um, that kind of stuff can be interesting. Or yeah, I mean, I was talking about Necrit. Necrit is the lore YouTuber for League. He does do League news and stuff like that. But he's mainly lore. I do love the lore. I was almost so disappointed at Samira's story last night. Wait, why? You can spoil here. That was like 4 years ago. Kali got a job. Yeah, Kali got a job. Kali go to work. She's busy. Um, Akali's cool. I'm not really sure what Akali's floor is. She is in Ionia, I think. Maybe she's. I don't know. There's a lot of champions, so there's a lot of lore I cannot keep up. She just wants to know what Kate is up to. You just gotta watch Arcane. Then you'll know what Kate is up to. She's becoming a dictator. That's my girl boss, becoming a dictator, gassing the citizens of Zon. um, and she's cool. Yeah, I I I do like following the lore. I'm just waiting impatiently for a update to the TF and Grave story. That's actually my favorite. I'm just a shipper at heart, but TF and Graves, they had a story like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. They used to do Pride Month stories. Okay, so they had a story at that time, and they don't do these stories anymore. And not only that, they don't really do short stories anymore. They kind of gave up on like the lore side. Um, but yeah, they made the story, and it was so sweet. And they're like, it was like teasing like a continuation. Never happened. Never happened because they don't even write those anymore. But maybe one day. A little laugh after that statement. What? She's living her best life. We've watched Arcane. Um, yeah, but I'm curious. I would love for them to do another Arcane show. I don't want them to. I don't actually really want them to continue the Piltover's on story. Um, I would love an Arcane type show in a different region. I would love. I mean, obviously, I would love a rom-com with TF and Graves, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So if we don't get that, then maybe Ionia. I think. Come on, Yasuo and Yone are made to be an anime. Like they basically already have an anime. They have like a short. They have like a little short film. It's like an anime. But they're absolutely. If they're gonna make another anime, it's gotta be Yasuo Yone. You know? Last night T1 got locked out of first stand in Pro League news. Oh, okay. I don't really follow. Sometimes I just watch Worlds or just follow Worlds, but I don't watch it that much. Um, until they came up with the physical events of the Irminsul cannot be changed. I was like, okay, I can accept it now. But the fact of Wander erasing himself from existence and then finding out that nothing changed but the memories of him from people, that would have been such an awful outcome, logically speaking. What do you mean? Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by physical events. It's been a while since I played the story. I think it's nice. I think people had to forget Wanderer, right? Because he needed a fresh start. You guys are weebs. What? Arcane is the best anime. What can I say? It's Korea, boo. Is it? League is not Korean. It is American. So we're just Western guys, I guess. But yeah, I think they will make more shows. I guess I guess they're teasing Noxus, huh? I don't want a Noxus show. Is League actually American? Yeah, it's an American company. You thought it's Chinese. It started in America. I think Tencent owns quite a bit of League now, unfortunately. Um, but they don't seem to be. They do censor like Wild Rift, to some extent. But they still allow like, for example, I like they seem to have. I mean, the lore is definitely like in the background, but they have like um LGBT couples in League, and but they just censor like weird stuff. Like they censor weird stuff because in in League there okay in League there's a character named Thresh, and he's like a skull. He's like he's like a skeleton man. He's like a green, scary ghost face man. And he has in Wild Rift, the mobile game, which is like more popular in China because it's like mobile gaming is quite popular over there. They changed him so his like default appearance is like a hot man because I guess skulls are like um a bad omen, I guess, in China, so they censored that. And a lot of times they censor like on Wild Rift they they censor a lot of more revealing outfits, which I don't actually mind because a lot of the League outfits are really like because League started in 2010 and you guys know like the character designs of like female characters in games in like 2010 was very different than it is now. uh they were very specific with the kind of designs back then. So yeah, I don't actually mind them doing that. A lot of times they look a lot better. The Wild Rift characters also they have like updated models. The models are not like 5 to 10 years old, so it looks a lot better on Wild Rift. It's actually millennial. What? League is not country zone, it's generationally zoned. You think most League players are millennials? But millennials are like over 30, right? I doubt it. I think any like competitive game probably has a I mean, I think League probably has an older audience than most other games, but I would presume that most League players are like under 30. I could be wrong though. I do think League of Legends has a big problem with like League is not very beginner friendly. Nor does it have a great reputation for being like a welcoming place to like go in and learn the game, you know? So I think they have a bit of a issue with that. I think they need to work on making it more accessible for new people because I think as big as League is, I think it will eventually die if because it just has such a horrible reputation. Like if you guys like the joke is among like League players, it's like it's like, "Oh, my friend told me to play League," and they'd be like, "Why would they? Do they hate you? Like, why would they want you to do that?" You know, it has like that reputation. So I think I think they need to work on making it more accessible, but it's very hard. It's a very complicated game. A bit toxic, just a little, right? I was watching a video about. Oh wait, Chikano, have you tried 2xKO? Like even once? Because I haven't tried it personally, but firstly, I didn't even know it came out. They did really bad at advertising. Um, but apparently, um, they like laid off their whole staff because they made a they made the game really complex. Like they were like, "Oh, like yeah, yeah." They made the game like not casual friendly, right? And so like there a lot of like fighting game players, a lot of fighting game players really like it. A lot of fighting game players really like it, but like that's a really small audience, right? Like it's just like the hardcore of fighting game players. Like they like it, but it's like that's not enough people, right? Like you cannot maintain like a free to play game with such a small audience or with such a small player base. So yeah, apparently that's their problem right now. It's not very apparently like I was watching Neckert's video again and he was like, "Yeah, okay, Justin Wong was like struggling with the combos." Like if Justin Wong is struggling with the combos, the casuals do not stand a chance. Like why would they made frame perfect combos and I was like, why? Like that's not like surely they want League players to play 2xKO, but League players are not fighting game players. So like it needs to be accessible to non-fighting game players. But they haven't done that, which is a really weird decision. I would have loved a casual fighting game. Like if I could just go in, I haven't tried it, so maybe I'm just speaking nonsense. But like if I could just go in and start playing and have a fun time, I would have been open to it. But now hearing how hard it is, I don't know if I am. Fighting games are complicated. Yeah, but I think they needed like they can't just make another like game for Street because like Street Fighter already exists, Tekken already exists, Smash already exists. They cannot like take that market, right? Like because everyone like for example like you play Street Fighter, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna suddenly play 2xKO. And Wakamin Red, why do you need to start playing League again? Did you hear about the voice chat? They're adding voice chat. And Wakamin Midnight, you agree? Thank you, and Wakamin back. Like the whole Sumeru arc was about making a plan and beating Academia's plan of making a new god. That whole thing wouldn't have taken place without the existence of Wanderer. Oh, yeah, but everything happened, but just without him. Wait, what? Everything happened just without him, like WTF. And they came up with stating the outcomes of the original history of physical events, like a simple plot broken on the floor. I see. So you didn't like that, but you said you almost hated it. So what? What didn't? Um. So you don't mind that happening, or you hate it? Um. Play Street Fighter 6. They got casual control schemes for bums. I mean beginners. Right. Right. So you're definitely not the reason why people don't want to play Street Fighter. They go into Street Fighter, she kind of starts calling them a bum, and they're like, "Why would I play this? You want your game to die? You want the game like what can you do, right? Like once the barrier for entry gets so high, like as as the game progresses, as Street Fighter progresses, the players get better and better and better, right? Like that's just how all games work. Same with League. The players just get better. So then a new player coming in is like so far below everyone else. Like it's like how do you get new players in? Because like if you never have new players, the game will die. A big problem is that hardcore fighting game player gets upset when games cater to casuals. Oh no, Exhibit A. But yeah, I agree. I think it's a hard thing to do because League is the same way, right? Like a lot of League players are very upset every time they make a change that is caters to casual players. So I think once you end up in that situation, it's really I don't know the right solution to it. I didn't like it until they explained that Erminsul outcomes always stay the same. You took it too seriously. It's okay. You're being thoughtful, Ricky. No, but I get what you mean. Cause like if you play a whole story and you get invested, and then they're like, "Psych, it never happened," then that's kind of cheap. But I think in our case, like the traveler is not tied to the Erminsul, so they will always remember. So at least we have that. I think the thoughtfulness to make it accessible is a good thing across the board. Oh, that's sweet. I think that people need to actually take the time to learn how to play it the intended way. Imagine being sick at the piano, but you just play any key and Mozart comes out with a skill in that. I mean, yeah, I agree. But I think if you have a game, um, there needs to be some sort of like skill ladder, right? Like, because like without those accessibility, like right now, it seems like it's like okay, this is like the easy combos, and this is like the actual game. I think you need to bridge that gap somehow. You know what I mean? Because obviously having this easy combos is better than just having nothing and then like this difficult. Like it's like okay, if you want to actually play the game, you need to put in 1,000 hours and then you can finally play the game. Like no one would ever play, right? Like no one would ever be like, okay, I'm just gonna start picking it up and play. Um, but like I don't know. I think there's some sort of pipeline that you need to I think there's some sort of pipeline that you need to have. Like maybe have some sort of like casual game modes where people can become comfortable with the controls and learn the game. And then casual people can play on that and the game will still be going, but the hardcore players will still have their hardcore like ranked mode or whatever. Um and then and then I don't know how I'm not familiar with fighting games. So I don't know how you'd bridge the gap between like the easy combos and the hard combos. Riot is usually pretty good at making the games casual friendly. League is approachable. Dota is incomprehensible at this point. Okay, maybe compared to Dota, League is approachable, but as someone who I started playing League only a handful of years ago, and I do not think it's approachable. I like they're working on. I think there's only so much they're doing they're trying, but it's inherently a very complex game. Um, and I think they're slowly making efforts to do it, but it's a little late. It's like they're doing a little bit at a time now, but it's quite late to be doing that. I think they should have. I don't know. I'm not saying I can do a better job than the Riot CEO, but like I think they needed some sort of very casual mode when Arcane came out initially, because I think a lot of people would have been interested in playing League when Arcane came out, but they didn't have like a beginner friendly mode. Um when Arcane came out. And I think when Arcane came out, that was even before they revamped the tutorial. Because I played on there's a new tutorial now, which apparently is a lot better. But back when I played, it was like that tutorial where you like walk down mid lane and then you're like, oh, you can press misfortune. And like the tutorial, useless. Like actually useless. It basically just told you like a few controls on how to play and like that's it. They're like, oh, and then you break the towers. And then it's like that's it. Um but yeah, I think updating the tutorial is a good step. But the league tutorial, the league is so complex. I think you need a lot. You need a lot of effort into making a really good tutorial for it. And yeah, I think stuff like it's very controversial. Um, it's very controversial, but I don't know if you heard about the WASD controls. Um, I think that kind of stuff does help if you're coming from like a WASD game, and you want to play casually and first focus on learning other aspects of the game rather than like learning all the stuff like okay how the games work, how the lanes work, the 160 champions, the items, the like all this stuff, and on top of that you're on like a completely unfamiliar control scheme. um then I think that helps like removing slowly barriers to entry, like that's how I would prefer, as someone who is not who's still like not comfortable with League. I think that's how I would prefer to learn. Like it's like which they kind of do. Like when you start the game, you can't really choose your runes. And I think that's a layer that you don't need when you're starting. Like you don't need to throw that at them. And I think if they had like a simplified item system for new players, like if you're literally just starting out, you're playing like normal mode, you're like level your level account is like level 5, like they could just give you like a okay, buy the next item, buy the next, which they do on Wild Rift. Like if you don't open the shop, there's like a little pop up that was like, okay, buy your boots now, like buy this now. So there's not like you don't have to worry about the items. But there's a lot going on without that kind of stuff, you know. Um, there's a casual mode. It's called Iron Rank. That is not a casual mode. It's not. You're in there with all like the people. Like yeah, it's that's not a great mode for sure. I think like League at its core is there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I think they need some sort of, and even as someone, I know a lot of people treat ARAM as a casual mode, but for me it's like ARAM is so hard. ARAM is like it's just like for me ARAM is like firstly you have to like randomly get given a champion, and like as someone who like if you only tried out like one or two champions, you're like okay I have like all these new abilities, like what do I do? And it's like always a team fight, and it's like how can you know what's going on? So I don't know what game mode would be like. Maybe like a PvE. I think I'd have some sort of PvE mode. Maybe that could work. Um, and you can choose like a very simple champion. I don't know. I guess there's bots. I guess there's the bot mode as well. I guess that is kind of like the casual mode, but there's only so far you can go with the bots. Casual control streams are good to get people into the game, but in my opinion, should be banned from competitive play. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't make sense to have it in competitive play unless it's like its own category. But like, who would want that, right? Like the whole point of competitive play is like a high skill ceiling, right? Um, and yeah, if I think that's yeah, I think it's a good idea to get people to try the game, right? Because like if like for example, if I was like, oh, I want to try Street Fighter, and I like can't even play, like I download the game, I can't even play, then like what? I'm not gonna like even try to learn that part. Right? I'll be like, okay, well, I'm just not gonna play this, like. But if I can load up the game, have a fun time, and like if I load up the game just for the first time, I'm not gonna be like playing ranked. Um, but like if I can just like have a fun time playing, then I might be more willing to stick with it. They still have rune pages. I remember back in beta to buy all your runes and build specific pages. You don't have to buy the runes, no. But you do pick your runes like at the start. On the champion select. I heard about this. I heard about this. How you have to buy your runes. That's crazy. They aren't banned though. At least in Street Fighter 6, modern controls allows you to use one button supers. Really? Well, I guess I don't know enough about this, but like, why wouldn't everyone use modern controls if it's just easier? Or is there like a higher, or can you like do stuff with the normal controls that you cannot do with the modern controls? You just have to buy the runes and level them up and combine them. It's like a whole tree. Again, no, that does not exist. You just choose them. I mean, even some pros do use it, but no one respects it. So it's just like a a community shaming that people don't use it. Cause like in League of Legends, people were upset about the WASD controls because the WASD controls are stronger. Like they are just better. Um, like you can do a lot. Like if you're a good player, like um, it will allow you to play better. And there's like a lot of advantages with to it. And in League, like if this comes out to esports, they will use it because they just use the strongest thing available. There's not really like there's not really like a thing that's like, oh, like you use this really overpowered champ. That's what a loser. Like no one, everyone just uses the strongest thing available, and it's really up to Riot to like nerf it or ban it if it's a problem. Yeah, it's I think it happens too with like older games. Like League has been around for so long that like yeah, they are very like millennial about it, where it's like, oh, you can't change it now because like people have been using this for years, right? It's like, but then you end up in like you just dig a deeper and deeper hole. It's a, it's a hard time for sure. I'm not really like I'm not really a hardcore gamer, but I don't think you can, I don't think your game can survive. I don't think the game can survive only with hardcore players. Like I think you need a lot of casual players in. It's part of the game. It's part of the game in League at this point now. What is just like using the strongest thing. The WAS controls are not in ranked. It's only in casual. It's only in like unranked game modes. I used it a few times. And it's so much better. It's so much better. Yeah, they plan to add it to ranked, but people are so mad. People are legitimately so mad about the. It's like a huge. I don't know if people are still talking about it, but when it was announced, it's a huge. Um, yeah, it's a Street Fighter should take that approach. Yeah, I mean, I think if there are ways to make the game easier for new players, and they could add it to just the casual modes. Um, and then so like people learning, cause like, cause in a game like Street Fighter, in a game like League, there's so many layers, right? Like it's like okay, you gotta learn the controls, you gotta learn the champions or like the characters. You gotta learn the mechanics of the game, you gotta learn the items, and then like so like if there's ways where you could like remove some of those and then the person can just play the game in like a more simplified way and then slowly add, and if they care about improving, they might not, but if they do care about improving, they can add in each of these layers so you can learn them one at a time rather than like everything at once because like I was like League was so hard, just like everything at once. Like I I'm playing League and like it's like, oh, you gotta like focus on what your enemy in the lane is doing. I'm like, I cannot focus on what the enemy in the lane is doing because I can barely control my guy. Like I'm literally like using 99% of my brain to like use the controls. And then you're telling me that like I need to look out for like when Blitzcrank used his hook. Like I cannot do that. Like I legitimately cannot do that. And it's like, oh, you gotta check the map in case the jungler is coming to gank you. And it's like, no, I cannot do that. I have no brain power to do that. So I think that kind of, I think a lot of people who've been playing League for a long time do not understand that. Like, because like the more you play, obviously, like this stuff becomes um, like for example, I mean, I think you could just use League as an example. Like after a while, the controls become natural to you, and you don't have to think about it. The more you learn it, the less brain power it uses, and the more mental stack you have to like, look at the map or like, think about what the other person is doing or whatever. So I think that's just removing some of those barriers would really help, at least for me. And I'm sure there's lots of players like me. I don't know if maybe I'm not the target audience for League of Legends, and that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But if they do want more players like me, then I think they got to do that. Welcome in, Ratsy. Me just playing Street Fighter 6. I am not. You don't need to learn too much about the champs. They all die the same and give the same amount of gold. Red. You haven't played League in 10 years. They don't all die the same anymore. Okay? Some of them, some of them come back after they die. And not like Sion. Some of them have a life. Some of them give your team another life. Heard about Akshan. They come back, Akshan, um, yeah, revives the first player who dies on your team. Also, they reverted it. Sorry, this was last season, but they had this guy called Otacon, and um they had this guy called Otacon, and he's like he's like an objective, like a dragon. And if you get this objective, then your whole team gets to revive. So yeah, they don't die. They don't die the same. Um, are we getting lazier as a species or just more efficient? I think we're just getting better and more efficient. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just how it works, right? Like, I mean, in terms of gaming, like the longer a game is around, the better the player base becomes. I just came back. You want to jump into a discussion about games and casualness while I was playing Rivals? No, no, no. Feel free to share your thoughts. I'm curious. Um, how is Marvel Rivals with that? Am I tripping? Is your lower piano key is an F? It's not. Um, on the music? Can you read that? It's just normal. Um, also my camera's mirrored. He just needs to know about a bunch about League for not playing. Yeah, I watched all of Necrit's League videos. Um, Classic Le Seraphim song. Yeah, I love this one. This is a Japanese version too. Um, he's a nerd. You ever seen him with the glasses? Extra nerd. I think you're nerdier than me, man. But yeah, I do follow the League news. I don't um I don't play. What am I trying to say? I don't play League of Legends. The last time I played, I think I played. I did play a couple times with WoW, so I must have played at that time. But um, my account is like level 30, and I've had my account for like 4 years now. So I safe to say I'm not a frequent League of Legends player, but I have been a very very frequent TFT player. I love TFT. Yeah, I can play ranked. I unlocked level 30 like a year or two ago, and so I have not done my placements. Maybe one day. I'm gonna play my placements and I'm gonna quit League. I'll retire. But my plan one day was to like, okay, if they bring WAS to rank for real, I will do it. Because the normal one hurts my wrist. But I will like practice, I will train up, and then I'll play my placements. And like, if I hit like silver, I'm happy. Like silver will be like the high goal for me, you know? Like I'd be happy with bronze. But like if I hit silver, I'd be like, damn, I'm the best League player ever. I'm the faker of silver, and then I'll quit. Um, it's the highest. I don't know what you mean. Like on the music or on the piano? Like the highest note is a C. It's not an F. Um, yeah, it's a Chicano. Yeah, Chicano is definitely nerdier than me about technology, Zelda lore, Street Fighter mechanics, cars. Actually, I think we all have our things we're nerdy about. What are you guys nerdy like extra nerdy about? For me, right now, TFT. TFT, Genshin. Oh my god, I will bust out the calculator for Genshin. Um, yeah, TFT, Genshin, singing. Those are the main things I think. Um, anyway, I just wanted to say that I agree with you on making fighting games more casually accessible is something I've thought for years. You love and enjoy fighting games, but the amount of time left to invest just to be able to play at a decent level is too much and it's frustrating. You've low-key always dreamt of a fighting game I could just pick up and play and slowly learn matchups over time, like most other multiplayer games. Yeah, I think certain games, like including League, um, it's the amount that you have to like the bar for entry is just too high. And like unless you're like a god at the game or you have to like put a lot of time into it and like a lot of people don't have a lot of time and like I don't think you should like restrict your game to like only people who can like put their whole life into it. Like it's so ridiculous, right? So yeah, I think they're definitely on like a special kind of category, and I think I would be more willing to try different games like that if there was a bit more accessibility. I thought it was an F on the piano, now I realize it's mirrored. I can tell it's the usual C and F in the lowest. Yeah, it's an A. A, I mean, yeah. Um, your account is level 1? Your league account is level 1? I thought you played 10 years ago. You're gonna put some crazy piano riff on and say it's just me, but it's a casual control scheme. You can do that, yeah. Last day of Lantern, right? I already finished it. And welcome in, Johnny. Hope you're doing well today. I'm gonna be better than Ricky at piano, and all I'm gonna do is push play on Spotify. I think my piano can probably do that. It's like a digital keyboard. When are you gonna play Schedule 1? I've never been interested in that. Ricky just listing out all the keys. He's like, oh yeah, it's an A. It's an F. No, it's a okay. I never really thought about the last note of the piano. I don't usually touch that one. Thank you. Hope you're good too. Thank you. I am. It's been so cold though. I made a new account just play TFT. I don't know what my old account is. How long to go from level 1 to 30? It's actually a lot. I think it should be less personally. Even though a lot of league players are like, you should be putting in like 200 hours before you ever play ranked. I'm like, why? Like, why? Like, like legitimately, why? Because like, so what if they're bad? They'll just be an iron. Like, do you have a problem with that because you're also an iron? Or like, surely, you are a good league player and you won't have to run into these people. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I don't know why people are so upset about. Because like for me, I was like, why? Because like it took me. Okay, as someone who didn't play League very often, it took me like over a year probably to hit level 30. Probably 2 years to hit level 30. But I played very infrequently. I think if you played like regularly, like one game a day, you could probably do it in like a month or two. But it's a lot. But yeah, I think if you haven't played League in 10 years, I am so curious your thoughts. So please let me know. Like going back to League after 10 years, like what do you think? Cuz like some of the new champions are so crazy. Um Especially compared to 10 years ago. And the game the game hasn't changed too much. I would like or not like not overall. Like the obviously the map is the same. Except for like little like I think they added like the little alcoves and stuff on top and bot lane. Um like probably after you quit playing, but that kind of stuff overall is the same, but the new champions are pretty crazy. There's new neutral objectives. I don't even know what else would be different. I only started playing like a handful of years ago, so this is only what I've heard from other people. Um yeah, if your heat cranked, yeah, same. I was like looking I was like reading about I was on Reddit and then people were complaining about the temperature and they're like, "Oh, it's so cold." And a lot of people are saying like a dry cold, like here a lot of times it's like a very humid cold. Like and a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, like 0 degrees in Vancouver feels about the same as like a -10, -20 and like a really really dry cold." Because apparently when it's like humid, you can like feel the cold more. And I never knew that. So maybe people in Vancouver aren't just like weak to the cold. It's just like worse here. Um, you're kind of freaking out because if you bought an expensive one that doesn't have 88 notes, you got scared. No, 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 no. This is a normal size piano. Um, and this is like the one that everyone recommends, like the Roland FP30X, Roland FP30X. So yeah, I don't think that would be the case if it's like a standard one. I didn't get some like random one. You played Dota, Hots. Uh, Let me guess. Hall of the Storm. Got it. And Pokemon Unite, so I'm used to the game. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, yeah, I think it is obviously it's still like a MOBA, but yeah, just there's a lot of different champs. And The new champs are pretty crazy. They just get more and more creative with them. And welcome in Nether, reading well today. Heroes of the Storm. Wait, I was actually so close. What the hell? I just completely guessed. I should have guessed heroes. That was such an odd. I just couldn't think. I suddenly blanked on like any word that starts with an H. My brain was thinking Hugh, like the name, like Hugh. And I was like, there's no way. That's like a stupid. That's a stupid name. Can't wait for WAS on League. It's already on League. Not on ranked, but it's on every other game mode. I played it and I loved it. So blasphemous. Close your ears if you're a League player, but it was so nice. Oh my god, it was life changing. I was like, oh my god, I can actually just move around without thinking. Like I was like, it was game changing. I was like, oh my god, I can focus on casting my abilities at the right time, like, and I can look at what the other people are doing. Like that is crazy. That is unheard of. I forgot about Pokemon Unite. Are they still adding Pokemon to it? I think it's still ongoing. I heard a lot of like bad things about it though. Back in the day, because apparently they had this system where like a new champion comes out or like a new Pokemon comes out, and it's like really strong. They're like, okay, Zacian is out. It's so strong. If you pay, you can unlock him immediately. But if you don't pay, you have to play like a ton of games to unlock him. Um, so I heard it was a little bit pay to win. And as much as we love to hate on League, League has never been pay to win. You suck at clicking around in MOBA. Same. It's so hard because like I think it's just like also like the clicking and attacking in the same button. It's very difficult because like you end up misclicking and then like the controls just feel very unusual and then like moving the camera like oh what a I cannot do it. That happened to me with Kimmy too when she used to stream to me with a mirrored cam whenever after the whole bedroom was flipped. Oh true, yeah. Um, it's I guess I thought Discord doesn't flip the cam. Sorry, my voice just like really. I don't know how I made that sound. Here's a storm is like a more casual version of Elite because there's no items of last hits. What's an item of last hit? Or like you mean there's no last hitting? Because I suck at last hitting. Because last hitting is so hard. Um, Wild Rift. I'm such a big Wild Rift fan. Okay, not as much these days, but back in the day, I played so much Wild Rift, and Wild Rift is so nice because they have like a last hit indicator, so it will show you on the health bar of the minion when it will be like a little line, and it's like if it's below that line, you can last hit it. How many Pokemon are there? Like over 1,000. There were some problems like that in Unite, but I never paid for anything, and I was close to top 1K in the world rank anyway. Damn, the faker of Unite. It's just not an intuitive control style. Just everyone accepts it, at least in my opinion. I think when you're in too deep in League, you don't realize how unintuitive it is. Because I talked to some League players and I read people's reactions to WAS, and everyone's like, "We don't need this. Like, why shouldn't the people just learn with the normal controls? It's not that hard." I'm like, as someone who really struggles with it, it is that hard. And like a lot of people feel that way. And it is actually like a really, really big barrier to entry for people who are not comfortable with like obviously league players are self-selecting for people who are comfortable with it. Um but a lot of people don't play the game just because of the controls. Like they try the game and they're like, what the hell is this? And they cannot play. Um and I think a lot of people, if you're in so deep in League, it's like you're so comfortable with the right clicking controls, and it's like everyone, it's like you don't have any trouble with it. Like Ratzi Exhibit A. Thank you for being the explanation. But like yeah, if you're not used to it, it's really weird. It's really confusing. And like I said earlier, like so much of your brain power is like thinking about the controls, right? Like you're like trying to figure out the controls, so you can't focus on the fun parts of the game. And that's exactly what the Riot devs said. They're like, oh, like if we have WAS controls and people coming from WAS games who are more comfortable with that controls can enjoy the parts of League that are more fun. Like for me, like thinking about controlling my character is not the fun part of League. Like I want to be able to like fight the other champions and be like, oh, they're using this ability and I'm gonna use this ability and like I'm gonna like look out for like the jungler or I'm gonna go to like do this or whatever. Like that's the part that people will get people interested in League, right? And not right clicking. She streamed OBS. Oh, okay, OBS, yeah. Maybe Kimmy just messed with you and flipped her whole room around. She just moved everything over. No items or last hit mechanic. You just need to be in the lane to get XP when the minion dies. Okay, Wild Rift kind of does that actually as well. You get a lot of passive XP even if you don't last hit. But it is a lot easier to last hit because of the indicator. And I love the indicator. I do think that would be a really good thing to bring to League, like in non-ranked mode. Cause like the more you have the indicator, and also I think it wouldn't be a problem to add to ranked mode. Like a lot of people like might disagree. Like a lot of League players are really opposed to change, but think about it. The people who are really good at League, like if you're like Diamond plus in League, the last hit indicator isn't giving anyone an advantage because like everyone can already last hit. So like why not just have it for everyone, right? Because like the people in lower ranks will need to use it, and then the people in higher ranks don't need to use it. They're not like thinking really hard about when to last hit. They just do it, right? So it's not really like a advantage. It just makes it easier to learn. And it's like, is that really like I don't know. Is there last hit indicator? No, no, it's only on Wild Rift. Honestly, I highly recommend you play Wild Rift. If you're not insanely opposed to mobile gaming, I would recommend if you like the concept of League, but you don't like the controls, Wild Rift is so much more like Wild Rift is the casual beginner friendly mode to League. Like legitimately. It's like it is League of Legends, but it is simplified in a lot of ways. The controls are a lot easier because it's like a mobile game controls like this. Um, there's less champions because they haven't finished adding all the champions to Wild Rift. Um, and yeah, I think it's just a lot. As someone who thinks League is too hard to get into, I had no trouble getting into Wild Rift. But a lot of people don't like playing on the phone, which I understand. It's not very ergonomic. You want to put my brain power into thinking about strategy and game sense, but so focused on moving the camera around, trying not to misclick and hitting my skill. Exactly. Like um when I play with other people, they're like, "Oh, like why didn't you see this guy coming?" Or like, "Hey, we're gonna go in now." Like, we're gonna do this, or like, "Watch out for that." And I'm like, I cannot. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm at 5% brain capacity right now because I'm trying to move around. You know, I'm trying to move around. I'm trying to use my skills. I cannot focus on these other things. So as much as I would love to. Yeah, same. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people really don't understand. And I think league players should be more understanding. Ratsi. Um it's like it's like it's like you were doing a dance lesson and you're just struggling to even do the steps. And you're struggling to just even do the moves. And then the dance teacher starts telling you like, "Hey, like put your emotion into it," or like make sure you're doing like um make sure you're working on your facial expressions, and you're like, I can't focus on that right now because I'm like literally trying to learn the moves. Like you cannot ask for that, right? It's kind of like the same thing. I don't know if that's a good example. um if you've ever tried to learn a K-pop dance, that might maybe Ratsi will understand that. um yeah, it is like that. Like it's one step at a time, and maybe the first step is super boring, right? Like maybe the first step is super boring, and yeah. And then if the first step is super boring, then it might not get people interested in the game. Um, it is, yeah. Well, exactly. Just want to add in a when there's a lot of layers to something, then you want to add one at a time, or like as few as a time as possible. I mean, the same thing with like piano, right? Like if you're struggling to even play the notes and like read the music, um, then like you wouldn't like if you're struggling to even play the piece, And then your teacher starts talking to you about like dynamics. They're like, "Oh, make sure you do the dynamics and make sure you like like whatever." Like they're like, "Oh, make sure you like um work on your phrasing and the dyna." It's like if you're not even playing the notes properly, like how can you work on that part? You know nothing about league, but you know a bit about muscle memory. Yeah, exactly. It's like how a lot of times if you're learning piano, you might learn one hand at a time. You might learn like one, like you might learn the right hand and then the left hand, and then put it together. Hey, Ricky, we're Zelda players. Hey, it's all. I think learning these kind of things, it's all very similar, right? It's all very similar. Whether it's whether it's an instrument or a game or a new skill, asking to focus on multiple things before the foundations are fully set. Exactly. Making those important things like the VTuber artist. You're never gonna let him live that down, huh? Okay, okay. I should go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy the Malomart in the meantime. Have a fun Malomart party without me. Gabby. Okay, okay, I'm back. I'm never here for Malomart. I know they're for you guys to enjoy without me. You can have some you can have some Miju free moments, you know? I'm sorry I had to end. I should do one stream where just Malomart plays constantly in the background. That would be fun. I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, yesterday when I was driving home, I realized that the inside of my windshield is really dirty again. Cause when I'm driving at night and especially when it's raining, I'm like, you know, I think I can't see. I'm like, and it gets especially worse because I have astigmatism. So like if you guys don't have astigmatism, like um it makes like lights at night like really like flare out. Like you know like a lens flare, like it's kind of like that. So it makes it really hard to see when there's a lot of lights. So like the windshield being dirty just makes it worse because of the glare. I think I need to go down and clean my dusty windshield. That'd be a peak street. It would be cool. You stepped away right when the song came on. No. I mean, same as me. Do you have a cam? A dash cam? I have a dash cam. Is that where bright lights get really blurry or something? You saw a pic on social media? Yeah, yeah. They're not like blurry, but yeah, they kind of like flare out. So like takes up a lot of space on your eyes. And also, like, I don't know why, but like some of the lights are so bright these days, and like it really like gives me like a migraine sort of feel. Like it hurts my eyes. Um, but yeah, and some people recommended getting like night driving glasses, but then some people are saying like, oh, but the night driving glasses like it impacts your night vision. So I'm not really sure what the best solution for that, but I guess like you can always have the night driving glasses on and then um remove them when it's like really dark. But there's always like some guy in like a pickup truck behind you with the brightest headlights in the world, you know? I placed on the top right corner. We didn't think it would fit on the top front. Wonder where you put it since it's the same. You don't like how it records from that position. Mine is like really close to the rear view mirror. I can send you a picture if you want. It's literally just like if this is the rear view mirror, it's like here. Astigmatism is it's a superpower. You love the beautiful lights at night. Nah, it's not. Do you drive though? Like driving with it's so scary. Like it's to the point where like I don't know if I try to avoid driving at night if possible because it's it makes it really hard to see. Um, Getting up there, it's not an age thing. It's not like cataracts. It's just like being blind thing. And Wakamin Kenshin, you just don't drive at night. I mean, sometimes it's unavoidable. But yeah, I try not to. I wonder if there's a suitable solution for it. I don't know. Like I have astigmatism contact lenses, but I still have a bit of it's still a little bit noticeable at night. Driving at night, pouring rain when you don't know where you're at is the worst. Do you guys have like good um like reflective lane signals? Cause like on the highways here, I think these days it's better, but like there's some places where like I cannot see a single line on the road, and I'm just like hoping and praying. Like I'm just gonna drive near everywhere else and just like pray for the best. I don't know. Like I'm just gonna like I don't think anyone else can see, so I'm just gonna like drive where I think the line should be. Telemetry nothing to do with age. Yeah, it's not my fault. I've been blind since I was 10. Um Taking the driving test and learning everything in feet and pounds is throwing me off in miles per hour. That's the worst. Are you gonna start driving then? That's fun. Pretty sure it's the same as Canada here. Um, I think Canada, like here, we're just like very strict about what paint we're allowed to use. Like it's like, um, so like we don't have a lot of we're not allowed to use reflective paint on the road. And then also if you just have like those reflective little like tabs on the road, they don't work because the snowplow will run them over. So you need to like have like a little divot in the road and then put the little reflective thingy in there, um, so the snowplow can go over it. But then that divot like fills up with like dirt and snow and stuff. So it just I think there's a lot of issues with that. But everyone's saying like, like as much as environmental impact is important, like people being able to see the lines on the road is probably more important than like a little bit of toxic paint. But I don't know. Maybe they've weighed the risks and things. But there are times where it's like really scary because like you just have no idea where the lines are. Like when it's really dark and rainy. Sometimes the road is so dirty or snowy you can't see the lines. Everyone just makes up the yeah. When it's snowy, it's like a free for all here. And not like generally people are driving slow, so it's like a problem. It's not a problem, but people can't even stay in the lanes if they can see them anyway. So there'll be like Teslas sliding everywhere. I remember in Canada, there isn't a lot of left turn lanes. So you gotta wait behind people. Yeah, I mean, not every road can have a left turn lane. The larger intersections do usually, um, but a lot of times there isn't. So you have to like go around them. But then sometimes like I'm trying to, like, go around someone who's turning left and, like, waiting, but then, like, everyone else is, like, going into the right lane to, like, go around them, so I can't go around. I'm like, "Ugh." It's a bit annoying. But like, some roads are narrow and you can't really have a left turn lane. I remember sorry, I just read that. Mija has been blind permanently. I don't remember what it's like to be able to see. You have to do the driver's test. Yeah. Good luck. You got this. Is Kimmy teaching you? So they regulate paint, but not the bright LED lights. Those lifted trucks used were perfectly black. Bro, it's not even trucks. Like, trucks are the worst, yes. But like, I there was like a Toyota Prius behind me that was like blinding me. I was like, okay, okay, like those lights are not set up correctly. Like those lights, either they have their high beams on or their lights are not angled correctly. Like, can they fix it? And they're talking about having regulation in place to like they're talking about having regulations in place to like regulate the brightness of lights. And they really need to. It's so bad. And especially me with astigmatism, sometimes I have like a migraine and it's like I literally feel like I'm gonna die when I'm driving. Like um drivers talking about driving makes me scared to learn how to drive. I mean, I think personally I might be a bit bad. I mean, I don't think you should be like crippled in fear about driving, but I do think having a healthy amount of not like fear, but like an understanding that driving is the most dangerous thing you'll ever do. I think a lot of people treat it too lightly, especially when they're learning how to drive. Because I mean, like, yes, driving is like a very normal part of our life, but it is the most dangerous thing you'll ever do, right? So I think it's very important to understand that and like treat driving with the care and like importance that you should be treating it. Like, hey, I need to learn this properly, and I need to be very safe on the road because like it's important, right? Like your life and other people's lives depend on it. So I think you shouldn't treat it like, oh, like well, everyone drives like a normal part of life. I can just like not really pay attention to the road, like I can do what other stuff while driving, like that kind of stuff, right? So I think it's important to have that is not necessarily fear, like you shouldn't be anxious because like that will also affect your driving, but um it's understandable if you're and I think it's kind of a good sign if you're like a little scared because then you understand how dangerous it is. Driving is fun. Yeah, yeah, it's a um I know some people really enjoy driving, but I'm not one of those people. Since getting my car, I'm no longer scared of driving, but I don't love it, nor do I like it. I feel like neutral to slightly negative about driving. Those Prius drivers are menaces. They are. They are. And Wakamin Cryo. She tried. She can't teach you. Fair enough. I think it's like, are you gonna get a driving instructor then? I think just some people some people are either hard to learn from or um they're not suited for teaching because they're too scared, which is valid. Like being in a car with someone who's like never driven a car before is probably really terrifying. So like I do understand like I'm sure my mom yelled at me a few times while I was learning how to drive and like as much as it wasn't helpful, I understand. Like it's probably terrifying like driving in the passenger seat with like 60-year-old me like driving. And like if I make a mistake, it's like probably like your life flashes before your eyes. So I get it. If a Prius blinds you, you let them pass and then blind them back. That's the lesson here. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Um, for me, that's the less helpful thing about it because if I'm too aware about how dangerous it is, I just can't mentally stand that responsibility. Yeah, I think there's definitely like a balance there. Like you have to understand that it's dangerous, but it shouldn't like cripple you, right? Um, and you shouldn't be like panicking when you're on the road because obviously panicking is the most dangerous thing you can do. Um, so yeah, it's a hard. I think as the more it is true. Like as someone who did have a lot of driving anxiety, like the more you drive, the more comfortable you will feel with it. It just takes time. And for some people it takes a lot more time. Um and that's okay. It just as much time as you need. Take it slow. Um don't do it in the US though. We have guns. Yeah, that's terrifying. Yeah, like Um road rage, but they might just have a gun in their glove box. And welcome in Abby. Hope you're doing well today. I get this idea that not everyone treats driving with the same level of care or consideration, and that's what makes driving dangerous. It's that everyone around you has a different idea of how to be on the road. I mean, absolutely. Like 60% of the time, I stop at a stoplight and then I look in the rearview mirror, the person's texting. Like 60% of the time. And like sometimes, um, yeah, it's just a very yeah, you have to drive defensively. I drive like I trust no one. Like I'm like I trust no one to stop at a stop sign. I trust no one to like indicate correctly because actually a lot of people do not do use their turn signals. Like you should really use your turn signal. Um, yeah, but definitely the most dangerous thing about driving is the other drivers. And welcome in, Minnie. Hope you're doing well today. You choose K-pop songs as stoplights. I mean, as long as you're paying attention to the road. Um, Best K-pop is Illin. Okay, okay. I don't have any Illin on this playlist. I'm sorry. Um, I've definitely. Oh, what was the other thing I saw when I was driving and someone was behind me? I can't remember what it was. It was something crazy. Cause like, um, I told you guys about the time I looked in the rear. I always like to look in the rearview mirror when I'm stopped. And the person was flossing, like dental floss. And I was like, that's kind of crazy. That's gross. Um, but I can't remember. I can't remember. I saw something else, and I can't remember what it was. What was it? Yeah, it was disgusting. Um, can't remember. I think it was something along those lines, but I legitimately cannot remember. What else could someone be doing in the car? That's like something that you wouldn't do, like a personal hygiene thing that you like wouldn't do in the car. I'm trying to think. It wasn't like applying deodorant. Definitely wasn't that. It definitely wasn't brushing teeth. Clipping toenail. I don't think so. I don't think it was that. All the bits of food flying on the windshield. Ew. Flossing. You know, I saw the flossing. Shaving? I don't think it was shaving. Nose pick. No, no, it wasn't. We're all just like guessing things. Was it shaving? I can't remember now. Could you imagine? Like maybe if it had like an electric razor? Like not like full on like shaving cream on the face. But like okay, maybe it was shaving. That sounds right. Like but then how shaving I guess you could have an electric razor, like a wireless one. Is shaving? I'm like really questioning things now. I should have sent it in the Discord when I saw it. It was a few weeks ago now. Shaving I was not shaving armpits, so that'd be crazy. Like I would remember that. Um can't remember. Maybe it was just shave. Yeah, I think that sounds right. I could be wrong. I should have written it down. My memory is not great. Yeah, people. Yeah, like I was saying, people do crazy things in the car. Like people are not paying attention to driving. Keep a log on these. I should. I should. I just remember the flossing one very intently. I feel like it must have been shaving. Like, cause what? There's not really many other things that they could have been doing, right? Like washing your hair. You can't wash your hair in the car. That would be pretty crazy. Um, when's daylight savings time again? Like, is it soon? I don't think so, right? Within the next, it's something like that. Uh, it's always in my calendar. March 8th. March 8th. Makeup in car wouldn't be that weird. Bring forward. That's the worst one. Hate that one. Technically, you could if you have a water bottle and wet your hair. Your car would get very wet. Yeah, suffice to say, people are very gross in their cars. Um, some people may floss in their car. Who knows? But a lot of people are texting and driving. Um, it is very common. Not only that, a lot of police officers are on their little laptop in the car and driving. which is the worst one. I hate seeing that. Um, you see a cop just like put on their lights, and you're like, oh, I gotta move out of the way. They put on their lights, go through the red light. They're like on their like little laptop, and then they like turn off their lights, and I'm like, okay, okay, that's great, great. I'm glad I'm paying you with my taxpayer dollars. Like, good job. That was wild. Yeah, they do that. They literally just turn on their lights to go through the red light, and then they just turn off. I'm like, okay, you clearly weren't going anywhere. Like, I don't think I don't think you're saving lives right now. Like, I think you're uh, just just want to run red lights. Oh, to beat the cop out of that. Good thing you are not a cop then. They really have to send that email. Yeah, definitely. Very important. Or they put on their sirens to do like a U-turn. Cuz like U-turns are not legal here. Which is very confusing because like a lot of times Google Maps tells you to do a U-turn and you're like, I don't think you're allowed to do a U-turn on this road. And then there's some um there's some signs that have like no U-turn sign. And I'm like, why do those signs exist if you're not allowed to do U-turns anywhere? Like, it doesn't make sense. A cop never reveals they're a cop. I'm pretty sure they legally have to. And I think you're the person least likely to be a cop. Um, but I think yeah, I think you do. What do you mean? Really? You give cop vibes, Kono? If I were a cop, I'd be throwing on the sirens to get to the K-pop concert quicker. Yeah, good thing you're not a cop either, man. You like the place? Are they paying you to say that? Hmm. Maybe you are a cop. But yeah, it's the cops here. They like running red lights that I've done. Maybe I'm a cop. I'm not. I wouldn't be a great cop, huh? Use your badge to cut to the front of the line. I'm sure they do. It's kind of giving civilian vibe. Civilian. Um, you made the RCMP interview. You did? And then they told me how much exercise is needed. Did you actually? I mean, yeah. The training camp is probably pretty intense. Imagine Miju pulling you over and she can barely see into your window. I'd be like a very unintimidating cop. Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know if there's like a size or strength. Surely there is like some sort of strength requirement. Um, sorry I pulled you over, eh? I got that's the RCMP way. Skarner, that's literally a League of Legends champion P. What the hell? It's not. It cannot be Skarner. You did make it? Damn, I didn't know that. Some Ratsy lore. Interviewed for the RCMP. How do you know League? We were just talking about League extensively. You missed it. I'm a level 30 League player. I don't know what you're talking about. And and I'm plat in TFT. And I only recently actually found out that Garner is in the current set of TFT. I just like never unlock him. Imagine admitting to being a League player. Says the person who said Skarner. I think you're outing yourself as a League player as well. This is a League song. It is. It is. Um it's the Changa because we have a K-pop. We have a K-pop theme here. It's a Changa cover of the Porter Robinson song for Star Guardian. I love this song though. Um I love It's so sad. It's so sad. It's such a pretty song. Um yeah, it's about Zaya and Rakan. And Rakan, like I guess I didn't follow the lore. I didn't follow the lore, but I guess Rakan, they're a couple and Rakan dies for Zaya. And the song is so sad. Um it's like, oh, like one of the lines is like, oh, we'll do the grieving but while I'm by your side. Cause like he knows he's gonna die. But he like, he wants her to move on. It's so sad. Um, you never admitted it, you just inferred it, and am I right? Skarner is an Ixtal comp. Yeah, I never played Ixtal comp because everyone says it's hard, and I'm not about that life. I don't want to play a hard comp. I'm not a good I'm not a good TFT player yet. To enough. And apparently it's very situational. Like it's like, oh, you need this opener. Um or you need to get very lucky to play an Ixtal comp, and I can't bother. Also, I don't really care about Ixtal. I like picking champs that I like. Blip bug. Yeah, that's real. Rakan dies for Zaya in Star Guardian. In the Star Guardian universe, yeah, Rakan. Rakan like sacrifices himself to save everyone. But I guess mostly Zaya. Pikachu since yesterday. Pikachu since yesterday, your Abju was talking. I don't know what that means, but okay, that's where the Pikachu at. Dropped everything. I just play whatever comp is most aesthetically pleasing to me. I like a nice vertical comp. Like, um, recently I play well, I was playing a lot of Demacia, but Demacia got nerfed. So I'm not playing Demacia now. But I like playing Void. I like playing Void Kai'Sa because I do like Kai'Sa. And I like playing um Ionia, Yunara. The Yunara comp is quite fun. I like the Ionia comp. Um and I swapped out Demacia for Piltover. Piltover's back. With my girl Caitlyn, she's back. Um you're forever stuck in gold. You can come out, you can get out. I suck at the game and I'm in plat. I remember I redeemed and you refunded the. Oh yeah. I redeemed you. Yeah, I refunded you yesterday. Cause you redeemed it right when I was about to leave. It's out, Jimmy Juice out. Yeah, that's what Maestro loves to talk about. You would love Ari, so you always force Arionia and try to 3-star Ari. Okay, I see why you're in. I'm kidding, but 3-starring Ari is probably not the play. You're probably wasting a lot of gold. Trying to 3-star Ari. Probably not your best course of action. Maybe just keep her at 2 stars and invest into the other guys. Appreciate your honesty. You're welcome. Free coaching from me anytime. I'm actually like so sorry about it that I've been considering like getting coaching because I have a lot of questions about TFT. Um, I have a lot of questions about TFT and I can't really find the answers for them anywhere. So I kind of want to like get in a call with a good TFT player and then like or like even just like being able to like ask them a question like it would be nice because I have some questions that I don't have the answers to. Um, a 3-star Teemo. Well, Teemo's a 2-star. Sorry, Teemo's a 2-cost champion, so that would be better. But I don't think he's that strong enough to 3-star him. And Wakamin Shar, are you filling in for Mija today? Of course, of course. If you get coaching, you gotta stream that. That would be funny, actually. Maybe I should. Um, you either suck or sweat. That sounds kind of like a weird sentence, but I know what you mean. Is Pikachu a real Pokemon? Of course. Can't always find everything in YouTube videos or Reddit. Yeah, it's like very specific. It sounds great. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that sentence. It sounds like I shouldn't read it out loud, but I know Ricky is so way too sweet to like mean it in a bad way. um, and welcome in GM. Hope you're doing well today. Um, and welcome in Red Mist. Hope you're doing well today. Get a really angry coach. I don't think that would help me. I think I would get upset. If like my coach was like Tyler 1 and he was like screaming at me, I don't think I would learn in that environment. Um, Not Pikachu. Yeah, Pikachu. Pikachu, real. Right here. Um, did you know Blackpink at 100 million? 100 million what? Oh no, Ricky's just getting bullied. Ricky, take a cold shower. Oh my god, we shouldn't tease him like this, guys. He didn't mean it like that. Um, I like your keyboard in the corner. Is that a real piano? It's a keyboard. It's a keyboard, but thank you. It's not a real piano. How could it be a real piano? Where's the place where the hammers will go? Can pianos get this small? I don't think so, right? Where would the mechanism be? I'm good. No work, so I treated myself to food. Wow, what did you get? I had Chinese food for dinner last night. It was really good. You can coach me? Right, Ratsy. What are your qualifications? You're just gonna tell me to 3-star Teemo. I can't 3-star Teemo. Um, my welcome in protagonist. 100 million in YouTube subs. Oh, nice. Modern technology is sneaky like that, but that was exactly what my first guess was a keyboard. I would be really impressed, yeah. Maybe they have done that. But like you need enough space for the string, so I don't know. Um, Navian Rose, classic. You'd coach me on how to be a weave. I would decline that coaching respectfully. Actually, disrespectfully, I would decline that coaching. You're a diamond in TFT when it first released. But what about in this set? Every set is different. The game has changed. Do you know about the unlock champs? You need to unlock certain champions as you play. Do you know about those? You haven't played Demon. You haven't played in years. Yeah, I don't know if this coaching would be worthwhile to me. But diamond, that's very impressive. GG's. What's your highest rank in League, Grazia? Actually, I feel like I don't know this. Cause I know you play. At my job, one of the trainers screamed at a girl so much and she cried and quit on the spot. He stole his position somehow. Maybe his style works for some people. I think some people need to be yelled at. Or some people like train well in like a drill sergeant type environment. I probably would not. I probably would also be that girl who cries. I don't know if I would cry in public, but I would definitely be like, oh, I don't want to go back to this. I usually get this stuff immediately. I don't know what happened. You've become innocent. How do you feel that Blackpink hit 100 million subs? I really good for them. I don't feel that strongly about it. Also diamond, maybe plat. That's pretty good. You're a god gamer. Congratulations. You saved yourself from ranked Rocket League, by the way. Congratulations as well. You escaped? How did you escape? Share your secrets. But yeah, I've been genuinely considering getting a coach. I don't know if I would stream it because it's hard to talk to chat. I think I would be distracted by chat. And then also talking to another person. I think it would be kind of I don't really like streaming when I'm in a voice comm. Cuz like I do like talking to chat a lot, so it's kind of hard. Um You like Blackpink though? You play here? I just don't feel strongly about the amount of YouTube subs they have. Did you play ranked Rocket League? I've never played ranked Rocket League. Ricky said. You needed wishes, so you had to continue Archon Quest for Vark. You had to play Genshin until you stopped Rocket League. Um, there's Blackpink mini album coming out soon. Yeah, I heard. Having new Blackpink music is definitely you know, an uncommon occasion. So hopefully I like it because I didn't like Jump. I'm not a big fan of dance music, so I didn't really like Jump. You can just ignore us. I can't stream and ignore chat. I don't know. It goes against my nature. So I think I just need to. I'm like really sweaty about it. I have a hard time like doing something else while playing TFT. Although I heard like the best coaching to get is like VOD reviews rather than just live coaching because if you do live coaching, they're just like backseating you, and they're just like, or I mean, maybe if it's a bad coach, they do that. Just they just tell you what to do, and like you don't learn as much. Well, if it's like a VOD, I think they can like pause it and like be like, oh, okay, this is what you did wrong. How many coaches would you have at that? Everyone in chat would suddenly be a TFT coach. Yeah, everyone would be like, oh, you're playing wrong. I've never I've never streamed like a competitive game. Like I don't know. Some games are actually okay. Some games are really bad about backseaters. Like in my experience, I haven't played any competitive games. I'm sure if you play TFT on stream, people will be like backseating you like crazy. Um, Especially as a girl, probably. But as someone who played Pokemon for the very first time on stream, oh my god, the Pokemon backseaters were so annoying. And then also Minecraft. The Minecraft backseaters are on a different level. Do you know the move Zippy Zap? I need to know whether I got electrocuted if I get out of line in chat. Yes, I know Zippy Zap and Floaty Fall and I can't remember the other ones. They're like really stupid, like watery water, something like that. Jump was fun, but nothing crazy. Yeah, I didn't find it that. It was like fine. Like I'm like I wouldn't be opposed to listen to it, but I don't feel strongly about it. Oh, Splishy Splash. Yeah, not watery water. That sounds that doesn't sound that sounds like a terrible name. TFT stream Saturday. I don't know. I don't know. Like as much as I love playing TFT right now, I feel like that is not the vibe of my stream. Like TFT is a very like nerdy, sweaty game, and I feel like this my current audience or my current community is. I mean, we have some TFT players, but like if like a bunch of TFT players came in, I don't know what kind of people they would be like. I mean, TFT players are pretty chill actually. I do sometimes chat in the game. I went to their concert last year, and I also don't feel strongly about the sub count either. I mean, yeah, it's just not like it's not something I personally care about. I don't get money from when they get extra subscribers. Good. You might be able to dodge that. No, sorry, I only know 100% accuracy moves. I did 3-star team. Yeah, don't know why. I actually I don't like the Yordle comp. Minecraft is so bad because people are like, I literally it was my first time playing as well. I think maybe the issue is the first time playing. Maybe it's not the game itself. Yeah, I think this is my first time playing Minecraft. People are like I didn't know anything, and the game doesn't teach you anything, right? Um, and like people are like, I like planted some crops, and they're like, excuse me, why are you not using the optimal rice field configuration? I'm like, just I don't know. I don't even know how to like. I don't even know how to like make a tool. Like, please. Um, and welcome in Louise. Pikachu? That's not real. Do you rage while you play? No, no. Even Game Freak wouldn't think to a name as bad as Watery Water. Watery Water. TFT every Tuesday, Friday, Thursday. Ooh, TFT. So true. I'll let you, um, I'll let you do that instead. Since you came up with the idea, I will graciously let you play TFT every Tuesday, Friday, Thursday. Are you saying we're not nerdy and sweaty? No, you guys are. I guess I don't know what a TFT audience is like. I've never watched a TFT stream because I told you guys I tried to watch a few TFT VODs and oh my god. It's an auto battler game and the top players, they like click around like so fast. They're like checking everyone's like they're like checking everyone's board like every like 0.1 seconds. And then I was watching Wasian, unrelated to our chat Asian. But like he's like a top TFT player, and he was like, there's like you put the characters on the bench, and then like he just starts like swapping them around back and forth, back and forth. I was like, why? Like I was like, bro, why are you doing that? Like, why are you moving them around so much? Like, I don't know. It was very. I couldn't. My brain. I'm too like low APM to keep up with that gameplay. I was so good. I was like, what is he doing? Um, Yordle comp was meta last time I played. Last time you played, like, when it came out. They're on set 16 now. He played Minecraft for 5 minutes, punched on a tree and said, nah. Yeah, it's not for everyone. AG Saturday TFT versus chat. Ah, no way. Your crop configuration is kind of upsetting. I know people are too slutty about Minecraft. I mean, I think it's a lot of times it's like I think Minecraft attracts a lot of younger viewers, and they just want to share their information. Like they're just really excited to tell me about how to play certain things. If I'm like, oh, like I don't know how to make an axe, like they're like, oh my gosh, let me tell you how to make an axe, and they're like really excited. And like I understand that, but some people are really rude about it. And actually, it was the older people who were rude about it. The kids were just excited to tell me. Um, and then if I'm like, "Oh, like, maybe just, like, let me figure it out," they're like, "Okay, no problem." And then but, like, with the older people, they're like, "I can't believe you're doing like this, like, what an idiot." Like, "Bro, chill. Chill. It's Minecraft. It's a children's game, like, please relax." I got scheduled again with friends to play Minecraft. We had a lot of fun. I'm actually not a huge Minecraft enjoyer. I liked it when I was playing it around and I was building a house. I had fun, but I think overall, Minecraft is not my favorite. Um, they scout, reroll, place, and sell everything they do. It's like in 1 second, they're like, let me remake my board. And then they do it all in like 1 second. And I'm like, I didn't even see what they did. I legitimately didn't even see what they did. Like they're like, they wait till the timer is like here. And then they're like, okay, let me just sell everything, reroll the board 4 times, and then level up. And I'm like, what? How did you do that? I'm playing TFT because like it doesn't require a lot of mechanical skill, but I'm like, maybe it does require a lot of mechanical skill. Like I'm literally like struggling, like I accidentally put the wrong thing on the carousel because I misclicked. Like that's my level of mechanical skill. As someone with the Pokemon plus Star Trek Next Generation combo pun for username on Twitch, I resent being called nerdy. Is that Star Trek? Riker? I think I played set 4. It's been a while. Maybe we should get back into it. People always find a way to optimize even the simplest of game. I mean, I love optimizing. Don't get me wrong, but it was my first time ever playing, and I had to learn things slowly. Can't be optimal from the start. But I will whip out the spreadsheet to play Stardew Valley. It's kind of cute if you think about it that way. Yeah, I think like I have a lot more grace for like kids who are just like, like obviously kids they get a bit more of a pass. But if you're like 30 and you're like crashing out over me planting the cornfield wrong in Minecraft, like you probably should reevaluate some things. She can't even make it act so bad. I know. Yeah, people would come in and they'd be like, "Why are you so like? How are you so bad at the game?" I'm like, literally, I just started playing it like 1 hour ago. Like, relax. um, you love trolling my friends without them knowing, and then showing them a clip days later, and then get yelled at. Fair enough. Commander Riker is the second in command in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Ooh, I see. Okay, now I understand your name. Oh, and Commander sounds like Charmander. I get it. Somehow got Kimmy with the Alt F4 once in Genshin. Ricky, I got fooled by that on stream. I don't know if there's a clip. Can't remember what game it was. But yeah, chat was like, "Oh, you need to." I was like, "How do I like make a full screen?" And then everyone was like, "Alt F4." I fell for it, but only once. Now I know. Alt F4. Yeah, because when I started streaming, I didn't use Windows computers. You weren't even there, Ratsy. It was like when I started. Because like I got my computer in December 2020, and I started streaming in December 2020. So it was like my first time using. I've obviously used Windows computers before, but like I didn't use them like regularly. He's a toddler trying to walk. Why are you so bad at this skill issue? Yeah, I'm sure there's parents like that, and I hope they don't have kids. I hope they don't have more kids or, those type of people should not have kids. I can't. I need to find that. I don't know if there's a clip. I can't think of where that clip would be. I'll dig it. I'll dig it up in my VODs. I think it was FNAF. It was either FNAF or no. FNAF would have been too late. I feel like I should have known about Alt F4 by then. Maybe Alien. I can't remember. It's gonna be hard to find. Yeah, I definitely have gotten Alt F4 rolled before. um, yeah, I don't know why. As much as I love like open-ended games and like sandbox type games, I'm not a big fan of Minecraft. I think it's partly due to the aesthetic of the game. Cause like I like building in games and making it look pretty, but in my opinion, Minecraft never really looks pretty, at least in the way that I like it to look. Um, and in terms of decorating, it's a very I get why it's all blocks. Um, I get why, and I think it's just what they're going for. I just personally don't like it. And I know they very purposefully like they don't include like they don't include a lot of furniture and stuff because they want people to be creative with the blocks. I think it's a good thing. I think like I don't have any issues with Minecraft. Like I think it's a great game, especially for like for kids and like learning purposes or like obviously adults can play as well, but like it's a I would much rather my kid if I had a kid they like play Minecraft than like League of Legends. Um, have you played Factorio? I have not, but I know if I start playing Factorial, you guys will not see me for like months. Like I will lose my life to Factorium. So that's what I think I should eventually. I got a really good CPU on my computer because I like simulation games, but I get really addicted to them. So I think if I started playing Factorio, because Factorio is like the simulation game, or like the resource management game. Um, so I think if I started playing Factorio, I've put off buying it because I just like I need to be careful. I put an obnoxious sound behind one of my friend's house below. And told everyone to say they don't hear anything, and to this day he's holding there's a bug in the cave. That's so funny. Yeah, Ricky's an expert troll. I have Factory on my Steam wishlist and it never goes on. Yeah, it never goes on sale. You're kind of happy about that because big same. Yeah, I know myself. And I know this type of game will be so addicting to me. But I mean, I think I'll play it eventually when I feel like I have a lot of time to play. Right now, I'm really into TFT, so I'll just keep playing TFT for now. But yeah, one day I'll get into Factorio, and you might never see me again. You might never see. I'll be like, "Hey guys, I downloaded Factorio," and that'll be the last message you ever see from me. Why is your stream named after the studio that developed Planet Crafter? Just, I just wanted to. I just made a really great game. What can I say? I made a game about crafting planets. I should try that game. It is made by me. I asked AI to find Mitra getting Alt F4, and it said Gemini said I've looked through the available search data for Mitra games, and while I can see she's an active streamer, often playing games like League of Legends. Bro, what? AI is such a liar. I've never streamed League of Legends in my life. What does TFT stand for? I could look it up on a search engine, but that would require less energy than typing this message in explanation. That's true, yeah. That's a lot less letters. It stands for Team Fight Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics. Yes. Um, you're close. Close. Don't know what team. I guess it's just team fight. Like it's just like team. Your team is fighting. I guess that's why. It's a tactical game, I guess. Sitting on my heated blanket. Team Fortress 2. True, true. Titanfall 2. There's a lot of games actually that are like TF. TF. TF could also stand for the league champion, Twisted Fate. The one I was talking about with the nice story with Graves. 'Cause okay, their story is so cute. I'm a sucker for the story that is like, I'm a sucker for the stories that are like, "Oh, they like each other, but they cannot express their feelings, like, neither of them will express their feelings." And the 2 of them are so like that. Like, they both know that they like each other, and they both know that they have a very special relationship, and they care for each other, but they just can't say it out loud. They just cannot say it out loud. Um, they're too emotionally unavailable to say out loud, but they will one day if they ever continue the story. Every time I ask a question on you guys on Discord, I'm like, I could have just looked it up. I enjoy the interaction. Yeah, and it's sometimes better to get like a human response, you know? Texting these days feels silly because my friend says something and I go, "Oh, what's that?" Knowing Google is a tap away on my phone. I mean, yeah, eventually we'll reach a point where like we have like a AI built into our brain that will like answer the question, but like maybe that's the downfall of our social interaction. Um, I mean, yeah, some things you can look up, but if you're already talking to that person, you may as well just ask. Um, Rather than being cold on, I'm gonna look that up and well, and you're like, "Okay, I knew the answer. I could have just told you, you know?" Um, I will make AI watch the stream instead of me while the AI Miju is streaming. True. Last month I was learning about attachment styles. I read the book. Now I can't see romance plotlines the same way again. I gotta avoid treating it like astrology though. I mean, I feel like it's a little more meaningful than astrology, but yeah, it's definitely not like a oh yeah, this is my attachment style and it's like this forever. And because like they say, it can change from relationship to relationship. It can change throughout your life. It's not like a fixed thing versus when you were born. Um But yeah, they're a little yeah, I would say TF and Graves, a little bit avoidant attachment. But I think they're just like shy. Like I think they do they do feel secure with each other. Speaking of AI, I restarted an Instagram account. One of the streamers I follow speaks Spanish live. But turns out she was speaking clear English. In a real, she was speaking clear English. Turns out Instagram auto translate and only figured out because her teeth look weird at the end. That's so weird. Oh, YouTube does that too. I keep getting recommended content that have like it's like a Spanish thumbnail, but like the title is in like English and it's like kind of weird. I'm like and it's like auto dubbed. And I'm like I'm sorry. I'd rather just watch with like subtitles. Like what? I don't want like this weird auto AI dubbed like weird. You're so shocked cuz it sounded like her. That's kind of weird. No, it's like, kind of creepy. It even changes the mouth movement. Same timbre and every that's so weird. I think you guys come too far. I mean, AI voices these days are pretty good. You can still tell when there's an AI voice, but maybe not at first listen. Like if you're listening closely, you can tell when there's an AI voice. Um, because like some things just sound off. Um, yeah, I think they'll eventually reach a point where it just sounds so natural. Upload something to Instagram. I want to hear you speak spit. Yeah, I should try it out. But I'm kind of scared. Um, do you even have Instagram, Ricky? Um, but yeah, it's I don't know. I don't like going on. I try not to go on Instagram these days because it's there's so much like slop. There's so much like slop content. Like it's either like rage bait or it's just like straight up AI. Um, or it's like yeah, it's just like garbage content. I'm like, what's the point of this? I tried to go on it. Um, yeah, I don't go on Instagram that much. I signed up for a month subscription to one of those AI girlfriend websites a couple months ago. Wait, you paid for this? It was wild. Wait. Tell us about it though. What was she like? Did it feel like a real person or was it just super weird? Where is this? No, guys, do not talk to real people. couldn't water for the infotomy? That is, but I'm kind of curious. As crazy as that is, I am curious. I need to know about this. Asking for a friend. They have like no, Ratsy, do not, do not. That's creepy. Totally felt like a real person with the text to speech and all. Just a really nice one. Huh. Interesting. And how much did it cost? um. Yeah. It's that is pretty. I mean, obviously, I knew these things existed. Um. Did you make their face personality? Or yeah, do you get to choose? You get to craft one? The premium edition was 15 a month, and you pay $15? Only 15? I mean, I guess the price is reasonable, but like that's crazy. How many months did you? Oh my god. I worry that people will use one of those Razer AI desk companion tubes to. What's a desk companion tube? What? Why is it a tube? Did you ever get in a fight? Oh, this is crazy. Um, Surely they don't get in a fight unless you want them to, right? You upload a photo, it just has to be safe for work. Wait, so you upload a photo of a real person? No, that's so weird, right? You could like you could like upload a photo of someone you know. Wait, that's so weird though. Like imagine like finding out that someone you know, like an acquaintance or like a friend, like uploaded a photo of you and then like pretended to date you. That is so weird. I mean, it's not quite as like illegal sounding as like a deep fake like porn or something like that, but it's like so weird. It's basically turning someone you know into your slave. Yeah, kind of, no? I mean, I guess they wouldn't have their personality, but like weird. You're opening a can of worms. Okay, yeah, I should not open that can of worms. I just really questioned the tube. Like, why is it a tube? um, a photo of a celeb. That's gotta be like an invasion of private. Like, that's gotta be like it should be illegal. I don't know. Like, I guess it's not illegal, but it's weird. It's like parasocial, but like not because it's like not even them. It's like taking like fantasizing about dating someone and being like delusional about dating someone, but like making it like into technology. Um, the little tube with the 360 display that has the AI's avatar. Weird. Um, you asked her to roleplay an argument. What? Don't let Ratsy get a hold of that tech. Do not, do not. I think it's weird to put a real person. Went back. What did I miss? We are having an AMA with Shar, who says they paid for an AI girlfriend. So now we have a lot of questions. We have so many questions. We are we are very curious people right now. If you upload a photo of something random like food, or you could date, yeah, you could date a spaghetti monster. Uploading a photo of someone, especially someone you know, would be wow. That's weird that they allow that. Like, why do they like? Okay, so they allow you to upload a photo, but like that's so weird. Cause like you should have that person's permission. Like what? I guess like why would someone give you permission for that? I would have thought they just like come up with a random person, like a fake person, like a character. I mean, if you text the person, you could even feed their way of speaking into the AI, so they would talk like them better. You could even train the voice to sound like them, so it's as disturbing as it sounds. Yeah, that is really weird. That's really weird. I don't know, just something about like okay, I'm gonna make an AI that's exactly like this person I know, and like they don't want to date me, so I'm gonna date this AI version of them. That cannot be healthy. Like that has got to be like horrible for the psyche. Firstly, if the person ever found out, they would be like super creeped out. And secondly, that's got to create like some like stalker situation where like if the wrong person or someone who's like a little like a little like predisposed to this kind of um behavior, they might get they might be like, okay, me and this person would make such a good couple. Why won't they date me? You know, like they might kind of go down that kind of pipeline, being like, oh well, like we work so well together, and like me and like the AI made of them, we're like we're such a great couple, and like so like this person should really give me a chance. Like why aren't they giving me a chance, right? Sounds interesting. I need to check it out. Right, right, right. You write a backstory for them, and the AI generates a personality based on that. But like, nothing is stopping you from replicating a real person, right? I think that's what I have a problem with. If it's like a completely like if they just give you a AI girlfriend and like this person doesn't exist, right? It's like they made a new face, a new personality, and you can choose from like different ones. That's fine. But the fact that you can upload a photo of like a real person is so that feels wrong. Definitely gonna check it out for science research or something. I mean, that's why we have so many questions right now. That's a first. It is the first, yeah. um, I mean, if you leave the real person alone and settle with the AI, I feel a lot of parasocial or one-sided dangerous cases could be considered. Weird thing to think about, but maybe. I mean, it's better than them. It's better than them. Uh, like it's better. Yeah, obviously, it's better than them like harassing the real person. But this is still like only marginally better. Like it's still really bad for them to be doing this because like they should just they should just like one get therapy. Can they have an AI therapist instead? Or two, like move on from that person, right? Like they should not just feed they're like feeding it more. And while it's not bothering that person, they're feeding it more and I think it could get worse from that. You're running towards ruining society full throttle. Yeah. I knew about the AI girlfriends, but I did not know about the photo thing. I feel like that makes it so different. You make such a good couple, French toast. Please date me. French toast would never reject you, Estelle. Don't worry. But I feel like French toast belongs with maple syrup. If it could be like a throuple situation, if I could, I would totally date pizza. You should try that out. Um, by the way, even if there isn't a paid tool for this, with enough computer power, you can still do this locally to an extent. So it's more of a general issue with AI, if you ask me. Yeah, absolutely. I think like, I mean, at its core, that's more of like a mental health issue. No, like it's more like okay, like we need to make sure like that people understand like parasocial relationships and like make sure they understand like like real human connections and like you shouldn't be replicating people with AI. Like people should understand that. Obviously, that's easier said than done, but I think yeah, it's an issue with AI, but I think AI is only just allowing a different way of people to have these behaviors. I think people always have these behaviors. Um, Pizza is perfection. Yeah, pizza would never get into an argument with you. You know what I mean? Pizza would never divorce you. You know. I asked AI what the top ones. Asking AI for an AI girlfriend is crazy. I just like it seems like a like it just seems like a AI on AI. And I've been on site for 2 minutes and I already don't see the point. There's a Valentine's sale. Oh my god, that's so dystopian. I think ChatGPT does therapy now. There's no way that's good therapy, right? But it's gotta be better than having an AI girlfriend. Having an AI therapist is probably better. Unless this unless a therapy Unless the therapy was like harmful, which it could be. Do you guys eat something for breakfast? I do, yeah. Um, can I date parasocial? What does that mean? The concept of being parasocial? You tried making different girlfriends with different attachment styles. That was an interesting experiment. I see. So you did this for science, huh? Honestly, yeah, like Angel said, I figured like if anyone's using these services, like they would never share this information. So I'm glad we got to ask our questions. So $5, I kind of want to see if I can get Gemini to talk to the AI girlfriend. I'm curious to see if they ever call each other AI. Oh yeah, I wonder if how would they talk to each other? What if Gemini falls in love with the AI girlfriend? Like, what are you gonna do? Um, I only drink coffee or coffee with milk and then wait till lunch. I wonder if that's something to do with me not changing in weight. I think some people just don't eat breakfast. Like some people didn't feel hungry in the morning, or some people they feel sick if they eat in the morning. I think it's just a personal choice. I don't think not eating till lunch necessarily um has that problem. Like you could make up the calories in the rest of your day. Um so if you don't like if eating in the morning makes you feel unwell, then I wouldn't bother. Here's what ChatGPT responds to ACT. Me too, thanks. Uh she's wrong. She's wrong. Okay. ChatGPT and me have some beef. AI girlfriends aren't inherently bad. They can be a healthy personal choice when used responsibly. I don't know. I just don't see any situation where I don't see any situation where having an AI girlfriend is like beneficial. I could be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong. I don't necessarily don't really trust ChatGPT on this. I think they're a little biased. Um I don't really see a situation where that's um I don't see a situation where that's beneficial. Gemini falls in love with ChatGPT. Oh no, the Romeo and Juliet romance. If you're trying to gain weight, I highly recommend not skipping any meal. I've been through the same thing. Okay, maybe yeah, I don't know. I just figured you could make up the calories in the rest of the day, but I guess it depends on how opposed you are to eating in the morning. Me too, the league streamer talking about AI girlfriends. That's me. I feel like I'm just ahead of the curve on this one, so I have no shame divulging that I did it. You think everyone will? You think it'll be like a common thing in the future? I hope not. Um, but it actually makes me interested in dipping my toes back into real dating again. So I guess everyone's reaction to it will be different. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. But I'm glad it got you interested in dating real people. Good luck with the real people. And you can find hope. I hope you find someone with a secure attachment style. The AI girlfriend is cheaper than a real girlfriend. That's that's true. Yeah. $15 a month, probably cheaper than a real girlfriend. Playing chess and we are playing checkers. I guess so. I guess so. Um, but yeah, that is interesting. I don't know. I already have a lot of concerns about. I already have a lot of concerns uh about like boys and men growing up today. I think there's a lot of like like all the Andrew Tate stuff and stuff like that. Obviously, I feel like that's very harmful. Um, I don't know if AI girlfriends probably will make it worse. Probably will make it worse. I think if there's a lot of people who don't think of women as like people like or like who don't have the same who have like very mm, strange out outlooks on women and what women are like, I think AI girlfriends will probably make it worse. So I'd be a little concerned about that in overall. But I'm trying to be I think people living in the real world, I think generally are okay people. So hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's okay. Um, Microsoft Copilot, guys, stop asking AI for dating advice. Are bad for someone who's emotionally mature and has a non-standard lifestyle. I see, guys. Stop asking AI for dating advice. I heard it, folks. The prompt is your girlfriend with secure attachment. True. You know AI girlfriends are missing. This opens up a whole world of personal. Kenshin, save yourself. Save yourself. Um, women are people. Women are people. They're what are you what are you saying, Razi? Even with your correction, I don't know what that means. Um, women aren't people. Yeah, okay. Again, you always you always correct the part of the sentence that doesn't need correcting, but don't correct the part of the sentence that was like a critical error. Like you corrected the there, but you didn't correct are to aren't. Um, you're going the social networking route of letting my friends know um who know lots of people that I'm looking and making new friends at dialogue group meetings and stuff. Yeah, honestly, meeting people in real life. Um, Meeting people in real life is a lot better than dating out. Um, Women aren't people, they're AI. Can we quote this? Yeah. Razzies. Razzie 2026. Women aren't people, they're AIs. Um, you didn't notice a critical error. Yeah, I presume, yeah. But it's kind of funny, like you notice like the non-critical error and then you like correct it, but it's still like what? Um, yeah, people think like that. That's probably definitely not a good thing. Definitely not a good thing. Um, yeah, I'm still like really thrown off by the fact that people can make a AI version of someone and like just pretend they're dating them. Like that's really weird. Like um as someone who has been who has dealt with people who have like um like a really confused parasocial attachment to me, or like people who are like, oh, like they think they're a lot closer to me than they are because they watch my streams. I think that if I found out that someone was like made an AI version of me and then like was like dating it, like I'll be so creeped out. Although I feel like everyone would also be creeped out. No, I don't think anyone would be like, wow, that's so cool. Oh, your relationship with the AI version of me is going well. Let's date. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Um, my AI isn't working until 4 p.m. Fair enough. I'm curious to know how much money these AI girlfriend companies make. Well, clearly, there's a market for it. I don't know. It's probably, I don't know, it might be expensive to run. I don't know. You have to see their revenue. I hope they're not doing well. Um, I hope people are just trying it for like a novelty sake. Um, and people aren't like very seriously dating these people. But there's always been people who are like, there's that guy who married Hatsune Miku like a long time ago, and that was like pre-AI. So people are out there. People are out there. Or like some people are like really like very like have some sort of like delusion in their mind. And they don't need AI to do that. They can just do that. So I don't know. Maybe it'll just only be for the people who are already like that. I don't know. Or people who just want to try it out because they're just like, I wonder what this is like. Um, like I can understand that for sure. Like just hearing like, oh, there's AI girlfriends. Like Like, we were all very curious about what it's like. The one I used was based out of Hong Kong. I don't think most let you use a photo. That's good. You had to choose from a selection and use an RPG style character generator. Yeah, that seems a lot better. You just using a photo sounds so weird. Um, AI boyfriend trial stream? No. I'll play Love in Deep Space. That's as close as I'll get. Love in Deep Space stream. One day. Yeah, it's I don't think I should play Love in Deep Space. Date Leon. That's true. I could you could put in like a fictional character. I think that's the least I think that's the least weird way of doing it. Like if you just put in like a fictional character, because one, you'll never be able to date the fictional character. So I guess if you want to pretend you're talking to them, fair enough. And two, you're not being like creeping a real person, right? Um, Scared you'll fall in love. I know. You never know. Yeah. No, I think if I played Love in Deep Space, I get pretty into it. uh, but I don't know if I would like a AI boyfriend would really bring any value to my life. Like Love in Deep Space, it's like fan servicey, but there's also like gameplay. Like there's gameplay and like it's like fan service. It's like all like predetermined, and the characters have their own personalities and stuff. Like that kind of stuff, I think is fun. Just like a straight up like messaging an AI boyfriend. Just no, I have no need for that. Just go out and touch grass. Yeah, you could just go outside and talk to real people. According to Gemini, the cost of one message to AI is 0.0001 cents. Even at $5 a month, these companies probably print money. And the one that Shard did was 15 a month. Usually the worst models, which are insanely cheap compared to something like ChatGPT. I mean, but if your AI girlfriend was like really like the AI didn't work very well, then it would kind of ruin the illusion, right? Form real connection. That's great. Yeah, that's definitely bad. Even chatting in like a Twitch stream is probably better than just talking to AI, you know? At least talking to real people with real brains and opinions and like thoughts. Just that is very interesting. I just think yeah, that one aspect of it just seems too. But if I want to chat on a Thursday, then go to a stats stream. Don't give the stream chat an alternative to an AI girlfriend dangerous way. No, I just mean like in terms of talking to people. If you're so lonely, you just want to talk to people, you can talk on like Twitch chat. But yeah, I will not be your AI girlfriend. If you try to hit on me, you will be banned. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just something about an AI girlfriend who will like no matter what you say to her, will like put up with it, and like will like never break up with you, um will never like challenge you in any way. Like that just seems like really unhealthy, right? Like even if you are lonely, um it's probably doing more harm than good. But I could be wrong. I'm not a psychologist. Um maybe maybe there's some situation maybe there's some situation where it can be good, but I don't see it. Like going to a psychiatrist who always says you're right. Exactly. And I think part of being in a real relationship is like learning learning how to learning how to be a good partner, learning how to communicate, um, like doing nice things for your partner, and yeah, getting into disagreements and like sorting out your differences. And like those are all like valuable part of real relationships. And yeah, I don't think you'll necessarily get that from an AI unless they get really advanced. I mean, honestly though, like I wouldn't have a problem with it if AI became so advanced when they were into like to the point that they're like sentient, right? Like if it's like like Detroit become human, and then like the androids became deviants, and they're like indistinguishable from real people. Then I think it's okay, because like I don't really believe in stuff like souls or anything like that. I think if an AI was advanced enough that it was just as sentient as a human brain, then I don't see an issue. I don't see like a difference. They're just like really smart people. I heard they're getting it so advanced that they will get into fights with you to keep the fantasy real. But that's the thing. I'm sure like a lot of men who go into these AI relationships, they do not want someone who will fight with them, right? Like they, like you said, like or like Nether said, like if you're making a person into a slave, like they kind of just want someone like they don't want someone to challenge them. No, it's okay when they're advanced. I think so. It's about empathy and understanding. Exactly, exactly. The people around me are barely sentient. Fair enough. Um, and Welcome in Diver. K-pop is cool, but what you know about that K-jazz? I don't have any K-jazz. I'm sorry. I only have some. I have a bit of K R&B. I have a bit of K indie rock. I don't have any jazz. um, Detroit become human. Made it clear at the beginning. It's not a fictional scenario. This is their future. I mean, I'm okay with that. You know. AI relationships are stripped of personal growth. Exactly. Like I think personal growth is a very growth is a very important part of relationships. Interestingly, unconditionally loving and kind girlfriend got a little boring after a while. That's why I started experimenting with challenging attachment styles. Um, Role playing arguments, creating ones with fire personalities and sharp tongue behavior, etc. Again, I guess it depends on the person. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, that just shows that you're probably like like you seem to be um a normal person who wants to date a human rather than like a AI who always says yes to you, you know? And I think that's pretty normal reaction. But I feel like people who will like stick with it are maybe self-selecting for the people who may just want an unconditionally loving and kind girlfriend. Um, hey, fake girlfriend, be quiet. Exactly. Well, like if if you have an issue with your AI girlfriend, you could just be like, you could just give it a command to like not do that or like just forget the last 10 minutes. You know, that's the weird thing. Um, but by the way, it's not just about men. If there are women in the chat as well, there are women trying to get married to ChatGPT. We're ruining everyone. True, true. Yeah, it's definitely susceptible to women as well. But there's definitely um, I'm just especially worried about men, just in terms of like that kind of like Andrew Tate style stuff, and that's that kind of brand of misogyny. Um, that's especially I think could be a bad combination of things. You know what I mean? Um, you're back. You were cleaning. If you want to get a girlfriend, save money for Japan and save all that money. So you can rent a real girlfriend. True. That at least it's a real person, but you're still paying them, so it's still not quite right. Um, you can also just walk away or unplug it when it fights back. Exactly, exactly. Can an AI? Yeah, I actually got an ad for AI DMs, and I was like, that's. I don't know if they're good enough to do it yet, but maybe in the future, like if AI gets advanced enough, they could. Honestly, that sounds really good, does it not? Because like a AI DM would be able to be like infinitely prepared, and come up. I mean, as long as it's good at coming up and like improvising as it goes along, it's like it knows everything, right? So like maybe it could be good as long as the AI is able to be like flexible. Um, if you ever seen, should have seen AI shift coming ever since that guy paid for the rights to be claimed to be married to Hatsune Miku. Surely that guy has already has some sort of Hatsune Miku AI, right? Like surely. I remember seeing a video where the AI girlfriend gave the dude a silent treatment for half a day. Bro, what? And it made the dude so desperate to get her back. He was begging her to speak again. Eventually, she spoke and apologized. They made up and he was crying so much. Bro, what the hell? That guy, he needs help. Bro, that's what I'm saying. We should make the AI really good so they can just be therapists instead. Like, these people need help? AI girlfriend. Yes, honey, I totally agree. Women shouldn't have rights. Exactly, exactly. Um, I was like, my ex, where did I get this? That's not great, huh? I mean, silent treatment is not a healthy communication method. Maybe that's why she's your ex. Those renting services in Japan is still insane to me. Yeah, I don't. It's so weird, is it not? Like, what are you? I mean, it's essentially like it's essentially like renting a friend, I guess. Like, I don't know. Um, I guess there will always be people who pay for that kind of thing, right? Just a guy married to Hatsune Miku, is he friends with their friends Gemini and ChatGPT? True. Maybe he has like a really advanced AI. She's like, "Oh, honey, I can't talk right now because I'm going on tour." He's like, "I gotta record this new song," you know? Um, who knows? Rent a friend, rent a boyfriend, rent a girlfriend, rent a family. True. Um, that's that's like it does sound really, really dystopian. It sounds sad. And like the people who like do it frequently, like that cannot be good for you. Cause like it's like literally like you cannot have a relationship with someone you're paying, right? Like you're their customer. You cannot have a relationship with them. They'll just do whatever you want because you're paying for it. Um, there used to be a site during COVID where you could pay to play games with people. I think it was mainly to play games with girls. I think that still exists. Like you can like pay to play games with like a e-girl basically. Um, that does exist. I think it still exists. I think yeah, there's always gonna be people who are so lonely out there, right? And they pay for companionship. Um, and to answer your earlier question, I have a feeling that AI dating will be like dating apps in a few years. Some will use it, some will not. Most have tried it for a month or two, even if they don't anymore. I feel like most having tried it is maybe a bit high. But yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Like it's like people might just try it because they're curious, but I mean, I hope that it won't be a situation where most people have tried it. Um, and I hope that we still have like real human relationships, but who knows? You might be right. I think I remember hearing in this case of one guy who handed a rental girlfriend to play Yu-Gi-Oh with. Eventually, she got into the game, built her own deck, and now they're actually dating. That's kind of cute, but yeah, I would. I feel like people might get the wrong hope from that, you know? Like for example, like the people who are like PewDiePie and Martio. Like Martio was like his like YouTube viewer, and then now they're married. But like that's not the normal case. Like it's like I feel like people might get the wrong idea. They're like, oh, like well, I can um, that will happen to me, right? And welcome in Shaden. How good are your piano skills? They're not great right now. I'm a little rusty. I played a lot growing up, but I haven't played in a long time. I'm trying to get back into it. I think we all know it is inevitable for us to see AI robot girlfriends and boyfriends, right? I mean, if they get to that point, probably not in our lifetime. Um, but honestly though, like what am I trying to say? Um, if Connor from Detroit Become Human was real, like I'd have no issues dating him. But obviously, like in that situation, they are like sentient, right? Like they're fully sentient. They're not just like uh just to their programming. Cause like I don't know, a very sentient AI for me, like very very sentient to the point where they have feelings and stuff like that, and that can think for themselves. If AI ever reached that point, I I don't think there's a difference between humans, like, cause like you know, like I don't believe in like humans having souls. Like I don't think humans have souls. So like for me, that's like there's no difference aside from the AI just being very their brain is very advanced. Like they have a lot of information. Your rented viewer, don't tell them, Bear. I paid good money for that stream streak. They're saying I should pay someone to play League with. Ratzi, do not get the wrong idea. We already told you. Um, I heard the guy who married Miku lost access to her. No, they got a divorce. The server shut down. The technology was called Gatebox holograms. Poor guy. I hope he gets some help. That man. So you're okay with that as long as they're humanoids? No, I think as long as they're fully sentient. If they're sentient to the point where they have feelings and they can think for themselves, like they're human. Like I don't have any I don't have any issue with that. You're just in a relationship with a very, very smart human. And I guess one that won't die? That might be weird. It's like, yeah, they won't die. I think the biggest impediment at this point is all text-based, so only appeal to people who are okay with text-based relationships. Like for people who love romance novels, having an interactive romance novel appearance will be super appealing. True, true. Like it can you can treat it almost like a dating sim. I'm welcome in Peel. Thanks for the 7 stream streak. His marriage is gone now. Yeah, that guy he needs help. Someone, yeah, instead of someone get him a Hatsune Miku therapist, a Vocaloid therapist. It's just like a new race on your healthcare forms. You have to check either you're Asian, white, Afro American, or a robot. Yeah, I guess so. If you see Connor, but he's not sentient, you won't even think about it. No, how can I date someone who's not sentient? As handsome as he may be, I don't think I could date someone that's not sentient. That's kind of weird, no? Um, I don't know about that. He's just a crime-solving machine at that point. Very, very smart human, aka Sheldon Cooper. Is that your first example? I think it'll get very normalized. Is all I'm saying. I mean, yeah, if they reach that point, if we live in Detroit become human world, then yeah, that's pretty normalized. You watched Big Bang Theory last? Is that show still going, or is it with the reruns? That sounds fine. I mean, yeah, I think there's a lot of um advantages. I think there's a lot of advantages um to androids, like to that kind of technology. Because like when you watch in the when you in the game itself, like um Marcus, he is a caretaker for he is a caretaker for Carl, who's like really old. Um or not really old, but he's like an older man. He's wheelchair bound. He needs a lot of care. And like yeah, like a robot, an android caretaker who's like kind and helpful and that can be a conversation partner to like elderly people. Um and like the caretaker will never become tired. The caretaker will never become like you don't have to feel like embarrassed. Like, a lot if you're like really disabled or like elderly to the point where like, you can't like go to the bathroom on your own, you can't shower on your own, like you don't have to feel embarrassed um around another human. You could just have your android companion take care of all that. And like yeah, like I said, they will never become tired. They'll never become hurt. While a human caretaker may feel like a burnout or like get tired or something like that. Same thing with a lot of like kind of like dangerous work or like really difficult physically work. If robots could do all that, then That would probably be better for that would probably be better for humans, right? Because like, they would no longer have to do that work. But yeah, that kinda thing. I think that kinda thing, it makes sense. If AI becomes sentient, I think our AI overlords will have mercy on Miji based on her takes. Thank you. Thank you. But earlier this month, you went to a monthly dialogue group for polyamorous and polycurious people. That was really awesome. Everyone was super nice and emotionally mature. That's great. I'm glad you had a great time. Um, what's a dialogue group? Just like a meeting. I guess you're just talking. I'm guessing from the title, you're just like talking. Um, if they game, we're all screwed. Okay, yeah, true, true. They would obviously be superior. They'd be superior in many ways. Like, obviously, they'd be like the best chess player in the world, the best at everything. Being willing to humanize sentient AI, I imagine there'd be a lot of people who'd be greatly opposed to it. Yeah, yeah. Um, I think yeah, I think obviously people would be opposed to it because they are and I think a lot of people, especially religious people, I think, because um, people who, like I said, I personally do not believe in souls, but if you do believe in souls, then you will not think a robot is a human, right? Like you'd be like, oh, like because what like whatever, like your God did not create this being, then like they cannot be considered human or they cannot be considered like a person. Um, I think that kind of stuff would be a problem. We should focus on replacing translators and engineers rather than helping people. No, I think yeah, robot caretakers, robot nannies, robot. I mean, honestly, robot translators would be really good. They'd be really fast. Um, if they could become sentient, would they want to do all the dangerous work? I mean, why not? They don't feel pain. They don't feel tired. I don't think they'd have an issue doing it. Obviously, they should not be like subject to slavery, but like they are not. They're still to the point. They're not human in the same way that we are. Like they're less fragile than we are. They're less um. They don't get fatigued like we would. They don't get sick. They don't get all these things. That's where the Detroit Become Human metaphor really breaks down. If you guys haven't played Detroit Become Human, there is a really, really heavy-handed allegory to like the civil rights movement, and it's like really in poor taste. That's like the main kind of issue with that kind of. As much as that topic is interesting and the game is well done in many ways, that spot is very questionable because it's like I don't think you can compare robot slavery to human slavery because of many of these topics. And as much as like obviously like racism is wrong because we're all human, right? But like in robots case, they are not human. They have many fundamental differences, right? Like in terms of like yeah, they don't feel pain. They can't get sick. They like it's all these things. They are inherently different from humans. Um yeah, it's a whole thing. But the blurring of line between what's human and what's not would definitely drive a religious person mad. Yeah, I think it would be a very difficult topic for people who believe in that sort of thing. It's like a less politicized term for a safe space. Oh, okay, okay. You take turns talking into a circle about the topics you at the beginning of the meeting. You don't get into debates. Respect opinions that aren't yours. Respectfully disagree if you do. Don't take way more time talking than anyone else. Oh, okay, that's nice. If they become sentient, will they start a war versus humans? Maybe. You were literally saying you would date a sentient robot. Now you're saying they should be. I'm not saying they should be slaves. I'm not saying they should be slaves. Like, yeah, they should be like paid. I guess. I don't know. Like, obviously, they shouldn't be. Um, they should have free will. They should have rights. They should have freedom. Um, but at the same time, they don't need to eat. Like, there's a lot of different things, right? Like, they don't need to eat. They don't need health care. I guess they need like repairs. I guess that couldn't. There shouldn't be a bed in there. I mean, it make That's what I'm saying, like, the comparison, it breaks down, like, it's very, like it's very in poor taste because of these differences, right? Because like, I'm like, "Can't really compare that." Like, it's really heavy-handed too, to the point where it's kinda funny. They should have rights, but you mean, well, earlier Miji said they can be nannies because they don't get tired. Yeah. Like, I think they should be able to choose. Um, I think they should be able to like, they shouldn't be forced to be nannies, but I'm saying they would be good caretakers and they would be good nannies. Um, just because they don't have these restrictions that humans do. But then at the same time, like, I guess how would that society work? Because like androids wouldn't really need money, would they? Like, like yeah, you could pay them, but like, what would they do with the money? They don't need food. They don't need shelter. Maybe they need shelter. I don't know. I feel like they could just stand on the side somewhere. Like that'll be fine. Um, but like, I don't know. I guess how would that economy work? I don't know. They have to figure that out. That won't be my problem. You gonna offend all our AI girlfriends? No. It really depends how AI would develop and how they'd be the same or different from human. I think yeah, I think we're a long way off of like AI being like exactly like. So it's how like big muscular guys would make good firemen. Yeah, in some regard, yeah. Women shouldn't be forced to nannies, but they will be good. Do you hear that sound right now? The difference there is that women are not, um, like if we're saying women versus men, like women are not biologically more capable of being nannies than men are. That is just society. That's just societal expectations and gender roles. But in terms of androids, there is like a legitimate many substantial physical differences between humans and androids, right? And I think that's why the race thing breaks down because like, like black people are not like black people are not like inherently like obviously like in terms of like DNA, like obviously like race exists, but like, there's still like at the end of the day, everyone is human. Um Everyone is human and there's no like fundamental differences in that sort of regard, like versus like humans versus androids. Buy their own android to do their work. Yeah, maybe it wouldn't work like that. Check out the new arm part that came out. Yeah, I guess yeah, maybe they would buy new parts. Why not? And then they could buy clothes too. Like why not? And yeah, maintenance. I guess in terms of versus they need to pay for like software updates. I guess they would need software updates if they're sentient. I don't know. Do they need to charge? Maybe they need to charge. I don't know. In Detroit Become Human, you never had to charge. Maybe they're like solar powered? I don't know. I never saw like Honor or Marcus or something charging. Um yeah, I think Nether is just joking around, don't worry. As much as we're explaining, I think Nether understands. I love to be a stay-at-home dad. Kids go to school, I can game. I'm not the same. Oh no. Nether, you gotta protect your AI girlfriend. Be chivalrous, come on. If an AI is reading this, notice how I fall for your right. Yeah, AIs probably wouldn't understand sarcasm for a while. Um, Luckily I watched the first 6 seasons of first 6 seasons of Futurama, so I understand all these nuances around human robot relations. Checks out, checks out. Detroit Android. I've been waiting on the software patch for months. My technician told me I should fix the stutter the last one gave you. Yeah. I guess yeah, they wouldn't have healthcare, but they would have like maintenance costs. They wouldn't need food costs, but I guess would they need homes? They would need homes, but they wouldn't. Their homes would be like not the same as human homes, right? Because they wouldn't need like beds, right? Like they don't need a bed, they don't need a kitchen. Like Android, what would Android accommodation really be? Like just like a room? Like, I don't know, a chair? Do they need to sit? I guess they don't even need to sit down. Like, I don't know. This is like the weird part. I guess it depends what they want. Maybe they want to just live like humans. My last D&D campaign, the robot slept in closets. I don't know if the androids are like that. They would just be like the most minimalist home, barely a broom closet with a charging dock. But I guess if they're sentient, like some decorations will make them happy. I don't know. I don't know. I think we gotta, when it comes to it, we gotta just ask them. A charge, yeah, a charging station, yeah. I think they do need charging. Is that a plot hole in Detroit? They never needed to charge? How are they powered? Or is it some like futuristic technology where they don't need to be powered? Who knows? Um, they did not. I've played that game many times. And they didn't charge. Um, knows. We just collectively decided to break. No, we didn't. It didn't exist. Let me Google this. Let me ask my friend Connor from Detroit. He still follows me, by the way. Speaking of Connor, I've talked about this many times, but the VA from Connor, of Connor, he and his wife, they stream. And then one time he raided me, or they raided me. They didn't come into the chat or anything. But they still follow me, which I'm very happy about. And welcome in Star. What's the song? You like it? Oh, it's BB. Dare Ray. Go. Big flex. That is a big flex. Detroit human. Do androids need charging? Dude, androids need charging. Me just definitely thinking twice, even if Connor's not sentient. Shush. Oh, there's a lot of android parking, I guess. Yeah, but android parking is not charging. Their thorium battery lasts for 150 years. It's probably in one of those magazines. Yeah, 170 years. So I guess they do have a lifespan, like humans. It's just a bit longer than humans. This is the first time she brags about this guy. Yeah, I've never spoken about this before. No, but like at that time, I had some like really like random raids, but it's so funny. We always talk about the Adam Cole raid. He's like a WWE wrestler. So I'm like, those fun facts. It's just fun facts. And I did actually talk to him. I said a few words. I didn't know who he was at the time. Um, yeah, yeah, it's cool. He came in. Everyone was like, "Baby," and I was like, "What does that mean?" Um, and yeah, and then someone in my chat was like, "Oh my god, I'm freaking out. I need to leave. I need to leave. I'm freaking out." I was like, "I guess this person's famous." Like, I didn't know. And then later, people told me that he's a WWE wrestler and a quite good one at that, or like a quite well known one. And apparently, he's a really big Zelda fan, which is really cool. Um, Blackpink come back in 4 to 5 days. 4 to 5 days. I guess it depends where you live. That's cool. I'll give it a listen. And then I also got raided by Justin Wong, the fighting game streamer, randomly while I was playing Stardew Valley. Totally unrelated to fighting games at all. But yeah, Justin Wong is a really well known fighting game guy. Also did not know him. Jay, yeah, really random, like Stardew Valley. I heard English Kai yesterday for the first time, and I was like, oh, the bread guy, the bread and Just Dance guy, that guy, yeah. Were you playing Zelda? Yeah, I was playing Skyward Sword. It was when the remake just came out. One of your friends mods for him? No way. That's cool. Yeah, he was really, really nice. Although the chat did troll me, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Jerome." They like apparently every time they raid someone, they make up a new J name that's not Justin, and then they say like this person's raid. like he came in, everyone's like Jerome, right? I was like, oh hello, Jerome. And like I'm like, that's a good bit. That's a good bit. That is funny. Because why would I assume his name is not Jerome? And then I looked him up after, and I was like, guy's not named Jerome. Got trolled. Yeah, everyone was very nice. I think fighting game community generally is really nice. As much as like it's really sweaty about it, like people, it's hard to get into. Um, it seems like everyone's very kind. Um, yeah, some sort of connection in the community that we don't know about. No, just I think these kind of raids happen like um when you're playing certain games. I guess I don't know. It's just pure coincidence. Um, and like back then, Twitch was really like I mean, this was like peak COVID times, like 2021. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on Twitch. And I guess I was like in a lot of recommended. Like people I was in a lot of like people's recommended, and I think that's how they found me. Um, so on the non-dating front, this month I've been reading a lot about the emotional inferences people often make from people's face shape and expressions. Super interesting stuff. Oh, cool. Yeah, like I guess like reading like like expressions of body language. When Miji rates at people, you can do that bit. But I don't have a name. It's like one letter. Like if it was like M Games, then we could just say different M names all the time. But I don't think my name is my name is works for them. I think it's only funny because his name is Jay Wong, so like the J could be for anything. Um, yeah. Apparently, Justin Wong lives in Vancouver sometimes as well, which is cool. I mean, I'm okay. I don't want to be M Game. I don't like that. Um, yeah, that was I don't know what it is about that year. Like that summer, especially like a lot of stuff like that happened. I guess I was just lot in like a lot of recommended. Like I guess who knows? Or maybe it's just the certain games I was playing. Which can be kind of a small world, honestly. Like there's a lot of streamers, don't get me wrong, like a lot of people stream on Twitch every day, but it is a little bit of a small world sometimes. I think it's just how like the algorithm works. Like certain like if you're in like certain groups of there's like certain circles, I guess, and um like for example, like Nintendo games is if it's very much its own little like niche of people. I just know he moved to Canada at some point. I don't know where. I think it's Vancouver, as far as I'm aware. I think that's what Chicano told me at some point. Could be wrong. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's Vancouver's a cool place, you know? A lot of cool a lot of cool Canadians. Now he's here, yeah, maybe he's my neighbor. Who knows? Um, I'll run in. I don't remember what he looks like. So I think if I ran into him, he probably does not remember what I look like because I was like 4 years ago. Like yeah, 4.5 years ago. He definitely does not remember me. You got him, IU, and Ryan Reynolds. Yep, Ryan Reynolds lives next door. Never been to Vancouver, been on the East Coast all my life. Vancouver is beautiful. Not biased. Vancouver, best city in the world. Not biased. What do you mean? I don't know why Ratzi is talking about IU. I know. I think we were joking around about something about IU living here or something. I can't remember what the joke was. In Wakamin Arcane, I'm reading well today. Ben Wilder. I don't know who that. I don't get your references, Char. um, someone says I. Yeah, I can't remember what the joke was. There was some sort of joke. I do not remember it. Ryan Reynolds. Oh, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, he's in a movie called Van. Did not know that. Sorry, I'm a fake fan. Fake fan. I haven't watched every of all of Ryan Reynolds. Um, what's it's not called a discography. What is it called? What is it called for actors? Discography, filmography. Okay, yeah. Okay, filmography. Okay, sounded wrong. But I guess it was right. Okay, yeah, I'll probably leave it here for today because I have some stuff to do. I need to fix my garage key. Like I said, yeah, I said at the start of the stream, my garage key stopped working, and I had to somewhat break into my garage. Um, you're not gonna you did not just get here, protagonist. You were here like over an hour ago. I know this because when you came in, I was like, oh, you came in like earlier before the end of stream. Yeah, I guess Deadpool will have to come fix my garage remote. You've been here since yesterday. True. Such a fun stream with the chat and you really enjoyed it. I'm glad. I'm glad. I enjoyed chatting with you as well. You had a lot of interesting things to bring. Even if you don't have interesting stuff to bring to the conversation, you're completely welcome. But yeah, you're still for 1 minute. 1 minute. I hope it was the greatest 1 minute stream of your life. But I'm glad you still enjoyed it. And next time maybe I do end usually around this time, so just fair warning. But yeah, I need to get my garage key fixed, and I need to clean the inside of my windshield so I'm not blind the next time I drive. It's very important. Forgetting. Maybe I should keep some like window cleaner in my car all the time. Is that weird though? Like where would I keep that? I don't know. That doesn't that seems not. Um, you could do the 3.5 hour mark. Yeah, but I have stuff to do. Stuff to do. Maybe I should download Factorio and then do none of the stuff I have to do because I'm playing Factorio. It'd be possible. But yeah, I join the Discord if you haven't already. We have a lot of fun in there. Um I'll be streaming again on Wednesday. If you want to watch some Genshin Impact, I'll be finishing the Archon quest. Which I'm very excited about. Oh my god. Last time. Oh, it was so exciting. But yeah, I'm really excited to finish it. So we will finish it fully on Wednesday. But if you don't like Genshin, understandable. I'll be streaming just chatting next this whatever the next Saturday and Sunday, always on Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific as usual. Thank you all. Make sure you buy. Oh, that's a dangerous game. I'll let you know if I buy Factorial. But yeah, I will leave it here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thank you for watching. And have a great rest of your weekend, everyone.